The Honest Car Guy, Tom. I've learned a lot about this car buying process from you. Is that typical of most of the clients you've worked with?
Yeah, I'm finding out it's even more typical. I mean, people are learning more and more, and maybe it's because I overload them with information because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to make sure you know everything.
Do I have to have a particular make and model in mind when I call you, or is it just open to anything I want?
It's open. I can get any make, any year, any model.
I might be looking to trade in my vehicle. Can you accommodate that as the Honest Car Guy?
For sure. I mean, we love it when people want to trade in cars because, honestly, it's best for you to trade in a car. Why? Because you get a tax savings.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
The Fed cuts rates. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. It's a quarter-point cut, the first reduction in the central bank's benchmark interest rate in 9 months.
While the unemployment rate remains low, it has edged up. Job gains have slowed, and downside risks to employment have risen. At the same time, inflation has risen recently and remains somewhat elevated.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell, as the board also signals 2 more quarter-point cuts are expected before year's end. But the outlook and today's vote are not unanimous. New Trump board member Stephen Myron wanted a half-point reduction. Stocks remain mixed after an initial bounce for the Dow, but an earlier rally has cooled. Right now, the Dow is up just 76 points. Vice President J.D. Vance visiting a metal stamping company in Michigan to talk about tax cuts, but he's also condemning political violence 1 week after Charlie Kirk was killed.
And I want to let you know that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, whatever your belief is, I will fight for your right to speak your mind.
He and President Trump are among the scheduled speakers at a memorial to honor Kirk this Sunday in an Arizona stadium. For now, the president and first lady are on a state visit to Britain, spending the day with the king and queen before the president and prime minister meet tomorrow. More fireworks on Capitol Hill.
For the second day in a row, sparks fly between Democrats and FBI Director Kash Patel.
It's been a disgrace to the American people. You can reclaim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak this way?
Patel testifying before the House and Senate Judiciary Committees, where Democrats allege he's injecting politics into decision-making at the agency, like the firing of several field office leaders. The director says he's reforming the FBI to become more efficient while removing the weaponization of the agency.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. America is listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're great at protecting your data, but lots of places could still expose you to identity theft. If that happens, LifeLock gives you the U.S.-based restoration agent who will stick by your side from start to finish. Phone calls, filing documentation, preparing insurance claims. Your agent handles it all. In fact, they're so confident restoration is guaranteed or your money back. It's nice to have an expert like that on your side. Save up to 40% off your first year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There we go. Look out, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder. We're humping along. There was an extra beat in there. Oh, my God, did I mistime the beat? There was an extra beat in there. Well,
that sounds personal.
This is very unusual. Flounder, I mistimed the intro because there was an extra beat. I don't know why. I don't understand it.
It sounds just like every other intro we do.
I know. Therefore, I'm losing my mind.
Now that makes more sense.
I told you, Your Honor, he said he was late. You can't really hold him. Judge, you can't hold him responsible. He told us for months it was over. Oh, my God. Anyway, here we go. Hump day. And gee, what a day. We got a million things, and holy cow, with the Charlie Kirk and that freaking putty tat. We'll get to that. What a disgrace. Oh, and Mr. A squeezy-loving little sissy man from ABC has come out with a non-apology, and the media's all fallen for it. What a bunch of punks. Anyway, Pete Davis, Mountain Jamaica. Oh, you got like a Halloween balloon fest with lighted tree balloons behind you, or a candle in the trees or something there, I think.
They're like Chinese lanterns.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, the Chinese lanterns.
I gotta say, I was driving home last night. I'm going through Canton.
Yeah.
And there was an ambulance and a fire truck and cops on the overpass. I'm going, well, that's weird. Must have been a wreck.
Yeah.
Go to the next one.
Yeah.
Another fire truck, another ambulance, and more cops.
On another overpass?
And the next one, and the next one, all the way to Jasper. In fact, I got to Jasper, and there were cops everywhere.
What the hell?
And of course, it was on the south side. The north side, there was nothing, so we were breaking land speed records on the north because we knew all the police, for some reason, was on the south. I'd forgotten completely. They were bringing Officer Worley back from McKaysville and up around there, back to Canton, where he's going to recuperate from his shooting.
Oh.
And I'm not kidding. That was the most police I've ever seen. There must have been 40 police cars, all lights going.
Wow.
The whole way, going through Jasper, taking him home. It was amazing.
I wish we'd known that. We could
pulled over.
Yeah.
People pulled on the right side,
bet.
and there's a grass median. People pulled over on the right side in respect.
Oh man, I wish we'd have known. We'd have made announcements about it. Damn. Well, I'm glad they knew enough to pay respect for what was going on. But still, I wish I love stuff. It's another thing. I honest to God, I remember. Oh my God, there's so many flashbacks with. God, dead Marines back, a few years ago when the scumbags got them, and I remember all the tributes to the overpasses for the victims coming. Oh man, I mean that's just it really.
I've never seen that many police in one place. It was unbelievable.
Wow. Well, anyway, I regret that we didn't know. I would have given some advance warning so people could have paid their tribute. Anyway, and Flounder, anything new with Mrs. Flounder, lovely Veronica, 24 hours?
No, really, pretty much the same. All is well.
Doggy, kitty, yard.
Actually, big day today. I'm keeping Lucas outside.
No, and why is that? Try a new thing, or?
Well, we're getting him to be more of an outdoor cat. He likes hanging out outside, and we got a bunch of properties. So,
but then now he doesn't go wandering, though, right?
No, I mean he sticks around like the backyard and kind of hovers over to the neighbors. But we've kept him out all day before.
Yeah. Okay.
Coyotes?
Okay. No, I
see. That's all nighttime. We keep him in the nighttime. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well that's
so. I'm just talking about why we're at work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Again, I don't want to say anything because
now you got.
Well, no. The cat has slept on my face every night for years. We came an outdoor cat. Yeah, that's all.
Did he get eaten or?
No. He slept on my face every night until he wasn't able to. Anyway, no, seriously, I sleep on my side. I would love to sleep on my back, but I can't because I wake up drowning. So I obviously have sleep apnea. So I instead of sleeping on my back, which I like, I just sleep on my side, and I'd sleep on my side, and that cat would come up and sleep on my neck. And then when I would turn over, and he would pop up and sleep, and he'd turn over and get on my other side, my other neck. Damnedest thing you ever saw. And he wasn't even my cat. She was very upset because he only slept with me. Anyway, whatever. Ironically, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Anyway, 307, almost 308, Kimmer Pete and Flounder.
Well, you had to get some.
I had to get a little something there. That's pretty good tell. She's got a boyfriend. No, sorry. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. A million things. We're going to talk. I'm going to start talking about that Arctic frost, man. I saw this last night. That story's been buried. This is really a remarkable story, and it goes right to Christopher Wray, the disgrace of Atlanta. the former FBI Cossack from the Russian influence obviously in his life. The perjurer who lied about everything, including pretending he didn't want to affect the election because it would help Donald Trump, and denying it was the reason when he hid the truth on the Hunter Biden laptop. A million things. And Christopher Wray right in the middle of going after Republicans that led to Donald Trump being indicted and gone after by Jack Smith. And Christopher Wray was in charge of it. Anyway, okay, we'll get to that in a second. First of all, a couple things. And more congressional testimony, too. Ted Cruz is going to be talking with Caitlin Collins. Boy, every time somebody with the media comes up with something really stupid, Caitlin Collins tends to be one of the names we mention. Also, Kash Patel calling out the Eric Swalwell, the Lotus Girl, Sneak Bunny, what do you call it? The Chinese honey trap. Honey trap, yeah, girl. Anyway, so you'll hear that stuff. We got all this stuff coming up, and we'll get the Arctic frost here in a second. A couple quick things. I put some video on, and I'm getting a lot of reaction to it. I put video. I didn't send it to you guys, but I put video. I was going out to pick up my trash can on my driveway this morning, and because I was watering my bushes on my deck, and I looked down at my huge trash can. It's garbage day today, and I have a great big blue plastic thing for regular trash and a brown one for papers and plastic and metal stuff like that. Okay, so I look over the deck, and the brown one, obviously the guy came and said it's laying on its side. And so I went down there and I went around. I put this on Facebook. I went around there and I said, oh my God, it's the full one. So the garbage truck who came by, they have two different truck routes. They have, the same company, I guess, but they have a truck that picks up just the trash barrels and then a truck that picks up just the paper and bottle barrels. And so, obviously, the guy picking up the trash barrels knocked over the other trash can and left it there. And if I hadn't gone out there to pick it up when the guy came by, I wouldn't have got my trash picked up. And I look down the street, and I look down, and there's others knocked off to the side at a freaking angle. And I'm telling you, one after another comment on my Facebook page today, right now. There must be 100 of them flowing in here. Same thing happens in their neighborhood. And I'm telling you, they're just lazy. And it's how hard now, bullcrap. How hard is it to drive? And by the way, driving in the truck on the trash thing is a whole separate job. It isn't like they all show up and they pick a guy to drive. There is a driver company selection, and then the trash guy's difference. It's whole different salaries. They're different parts of the company. And the trash drivers, all they do is drive. The other guys do everything else. But still, how hard is it to line up the two lever things to go on the lever thing, the side of the freaking bucket?
Well, that makes sense because then you have to buy insurance for driving for everybody on the truck, just the one guy.
I don't know but that's the truth. And by the way, I looked it up. I've always thought this for years. No one ever thinks about it. The fact of the matter is, being a trash collector is a pretty good job. It's a pretty good job. Think about it. You make $50,000 for riding on a truck and picking up trash cans and then going home. And if you work on holidays, guess what? You're going to make $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year picking up garbage.
Not only that.
And most of it is just riding on a truck. My God, you can't do your freaking job to not knock over cans for $50,000 or $80,000 a year? My God, I could do it. I'm sorry.
Being a trash man, also, you get paid 8 hours a day, but you can finish in 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So. You're done with your route, go home.
Guys,
what?
You're out there in the heat.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's heat. Oh, just like police
outdoors,
officers.
It's physical.
Yeah, so?
Oh, police officers get to sit in the car sometime.
Are you saying they should be lazy then, or what? What are you saying?
Well, police don't go home smelling like garbage either.
Never mind the police. You're telling me that therefore what you should not, that it's a crappy job?
No, you're telling me that garbage men don't earn their pay.
I say they do.
Come home
they should. No. I'm not saying that at all. God, what's the matter with you?
You
what
just said they make $50,000 like that was too much.
And therefore they should treat it with respect. I'm talking about people doing their freaking job. You get a job like that for that kind of money and you treat it like crap?
They're bad apples in every business.
Apparently
Except
all of
in
them.
Their business.
Apparently every one of them's a bad apple.
You're supposed to carry those bad apples
the rotten apple goes in the back. I mean, seriously, how could you disrespect a job that easy? All you have to do is sit on the truck. They don't have to do anything. The guys on the truck just sit there.
You could fall off the truck.
Oh, my God. Okay, fine. I'm just saying, for a job to make that kind of money for what they do and they can go home in 4 hours,
garbage men
treated like crap. You should
garbage men,
act
Local
more respect.
151.
Yeah,
I want you to call
more
this
respect,
show right
more
now.
More respect. Show respect for your job. That's what I'm saying. Show respect for your job.
Give
404-741-1230. 741-1230. And if you're a garbage man, I want you to tell me why you don't give a crap about doing your job. I want you to tell me how come you don't love your job for the money you make. How come you can't drive the freaking truck and knock over all the cans? I mean, it's outrageous. And everybody says so, too. Look at my Facebook page. I'm not just making this up. Every neighborhood in America has the same problem. Show some respect.
Are they listening on the back of the truck right now to the show?
313.
Extra 106.3 has the biggest lineup of conservative voices all week, and we're loaded with live and local programming every weekend. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Back Your Blue, Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and NASCAR on Sundays. See the full weekend lineup at extra1063.com and stream it free on the Extra app.
Pete Davis here, and as you know, football is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, passing yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can start with as little as $1. I like doing my research on the games, and Thursday night it's Miami against Buffalo. I think the Bills' Dalton Kincaid will go higher on his receiving yards projections, and kicker Matt Prater to be higher on his field goals made. It's simple, it's fun, and it keeps me locked into every play. Download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063 for $50 in bonus funds. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. You can be next. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
At Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, you can take advantage of employee pricing on select new Ford models. That means you pay what Ford employees pay. No markup, no hidden fees. It's all part of Ford's bold campaign, from America for America. While other dealerships may raise prices due to auto tariffs, Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs is stepping up, giving you the power to save big on American-made vehicles. Choose from bestsellers like the F-150, the rugged Bronco, the capable Explorer, and now when you purchase or lease a new Ford EV like the all-electric Mustang Mach-E, you'll receive a complimentary home charger and standard installation, making your switch to electric even easier. At Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, you're not just getting a great deal, you're getting award-winning service from a locally family-owned dealership.
They're just 4 miles north of 285 on Roswell Road. Visit them online at jimellisford.com.
Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you pay what we pay, where you can always expect the best.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. When it comes to tackling every job on your property, you need a true all-star, Ventrac. This machine runs the full playbook with over 30 game-changing attachments. That includes mowing, leaf cleanup, trenching, edging, brush cutting, and so many more. No matter the season, no matter the challenge, Ventrac is ready to win. Find these incredible machines at Howard Brothers or head to howardbrothers.com and reach out to their experienced Ventrac team today. Howard Brothers, serving you since 1955.
Hey, Braves Country, Tom Glavine here. Want to drive like a champion? Start with a clean car from Tidal Wave Auto Spa. With cutting-edge equipment and elite customer service, it's more than a car wash, it's a win. Experience the ultimate clean at Tidal Wave Auto Spa, my go-to car wash destination and the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort for the fall and winter. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your furnace running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. Turn to the experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947 and one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
It's keeping it crunk, Holmes. Sean P. Diddy. Boy, you know, she's dropped out of the news. I wonder if he's still alive in his jail cell, curled up in a fetal position. I don't know. 1 year ago today, it was that hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in New York City on federal charges. Raids on two of his properties in L.A. and Miami is an ongoing investigation into sex trafficking. Federal charges. The musician faced a series of allegations from assault to abuse, including by his ex-partner, Cassandra Cassie Ventura. He denied it all. He went to court. He dropped out of sight a lot, which is as it should be. But I wonder, has he been, did he get sentenced yet? Was it, I'm trying to remember, was it 12 years?
They dropped the racketeering charge or the RICO charge or whatnot.
But I don't think we've heard the sentence yet, have we?
No.
I don't think we have. I'll be damned. That's
he's still being held without bail.
Oh, yeah, obviously. A good point. Let's see. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? And our birthday list includes Dustin Nguyen. And Nguyen is the Vietnamese Nguyen, Nguyen. Nguyen. Nguyen's how it's spelled. It's pronounced Nguyen in Vietnamese. And Dustin is 63. He plays Vin Van Tran on 21 Jump Street. And those, again, are ding, chong, ding for the thing there. And congratulations and happy birthday. And on this day in history, 1949, I got to get Mr. Froggy in here. Hold on a second here. On this day in 1949, moviegoers introduced two cartoon characters, Wile E. Coyote and the simply named Roadrunner. Their first short film, Fast and Furry Us. Before the cartoon premiered, Warner Brothers toyed with calling the coyote Don Coyote, like Don Cara's, the guy there. In one Looney Tunes comic book, it was revealed that the E in his name stands for Ethelbert. The characters were created by Chuck Jones, appeared in 48 times together. Let's see. The characters were outrageous trops in hopes of capturing a fast bird for dinner. Appears mute, occasionally speaks, describing himself as a genius. Wile E. Coyote co-starred in 5 Bugs Bunny shorts in 2013. TV Guide named him one of the nastiest villains of all time.
Well, that's what his business card said.
Yeah.
It says Wile E. Coyote,
Wile E. Coyote.
Genius.
That's right. And how many times you see the Acme bomb, the Acme helicopter, everything. I know. Poof, right down at the bottom. I mean, classic.
The great thing, he puts the rocket in a catapult, and the catapult goes backwards and just slams in.
I mean, it's just, it's like, Dave Osborne. Now, what's the name? Famous Dave Osborne? Super Dave Osborne. Man, there's...
I like when he himself gets in the catapult and just slings him forward into the ground.
Yeah, right. Just clank. Oh, God. Anyway, Kimmer Pete Flounder, 322. And we got a little newsy stuff here. A quick thing, by the way, yesterday, A guy hit me cracked it in my car from behind, and I was doing like 15 miles an hour. I was stopping for the golf cart was coming up on the golf course where I would drive, and he slammed into me and everything. And so, but I run and I called a cop, and this was really cool. And I passed this along because I really am pretty impressed by this. Not long after this happened, and I think even before I left the scene, I got a text from Cobb County, and it was asking me to take part in a survey. And the survey was two things. First, it was two different surveys. They sent me one at a time. They sent me a survey for me to rate how I would judge the 911 service in Cobb County from 1 to 5. And I gave him a 5. 1 to 5 is good. 5 is good, and I gave him a 5. She was great. Quick, anybody hurt? Is there traffic blocked? What's going down? I mean, it was just sweet, boom, bam, pow, no problem. When the phone rang and she said, "What's the location of your emergency?" She didn't say why. She said, "What's the location of your emergency?" She was great. So boom. So I gave her a 5. And then a few minutes later, I got another text from Cobb County, and it wanted me to rate how the police officer was on the scene. And I gave him a 5. He was great. And by the way, I know who he is, and he recognized me. And I wonder whether he knows Nathan, Nathan the cop and Nathan the Fuzz. But anyway, he looked like a cage fighter. I mean, man, these newfangled cops, man, with all their stuff and their gear, and he looked like he was ready to, go 20 rounds or something in the cage. But they were great. He was professional and clear. I mean, it was really, I was very impressed. And the fact that the county has an immediate service to see how they did was pretty impressive. I don't know if other counties do it. I don't know, but it came right up on my phone, texting right there. I was very impressed. So thank you, Cobb County, for that. And I haven't nothing to worry to report yet on the accident. The other insurance company's going to have to take care of all of it. So we're waiting to see. Okay, Cameron Peemflow at 324. Now we're going to talk an awful lot about the Charlie Kirk thing, and the Kash Patel. You're going to hear that sound here very shortly. And wait till I tell you about what Barack Hussein Puttitat, the divider in chief, just tried to claim. What a disgusting traitor to his country. First of all, this didn't get very much coverage. And by the way, this is Senator Chuck Grassley's birthday today. He is now involved in this FBI investigation in the wake of the 2020 election. It turns out that Christopher Wray, the disgrace of Atlanta, the man who lied under oath, the man who deliberately left the hearing because he had to go on vacation when they tried to nail him down for things, the man who pretended he didn't want to affect the election by telling the truth about the Hunter laptop when he was afraid that the election would go to Donald Trump, and that's why he didn't want to tell the truth about it. I mean, dirty, rotten snake. He's got a backbone like freaking Jello. As far as I'm concerned, he's a freaking traitor. He's responsible for all this crap. And here's the thing. It was under Christopher Wray's leadership that the Federal Bureau of Investigation started investigating almost 100 Republican people and groups, including Charlie Kirk. The committee chairman, Chuck Grassley, said the file was called Arctic Frost, codenamed Arctic Frost. And they investigated Republican National Committee, the Attorney General's Association, Trump political groups, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA, on and on and on. Private sectors in Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan, all the battleground states, they posed potential crimes, making up stuff about January 6th. They complained that Donald Trump Stop the Steal rally was responsible for it all. And what happened was Christopher Wray pulled all this crap behind the scenes to go after Republicans and gave it to Jack Smith. Jack Smith used it to arrest and have federal charges against Donald Trump, which led to the Mar-a-Lago raid. Christopher Wray, Arctic Frost, fake investigations on Republicans. Jack Smith got the information from the fake investigation, using it to go after Donald Trump with SWAT teams and gunboats and freaking helicopter gunships against Donald Trump, where the FBI agents and their snotty, dirty little horny fingers were sticking their little fingers through her underpants. I mean, what a disgraceful scumbag operation this is. And there was 100 different Republican groups. Christopher Wray did it.
Yeah, all because the political winds were blowing left at the time.
That's right.
And then, he could get away with it.
And listen to this. This is unfreaking believable. We'll do this, and we're going to play the sound bites because Kash Patel is ending all that crap. And I'm going to get that for you in just 1 second. First of all, Barack Hussein Puttitat was speaking of some stupid thing last night, and he was asked about if America's at a turning point of some kind or other. Here's what he said. He said, we're facing this Puttitat, the divider-in-chief, the hater of all Americans, the rise in political violence, and he said he accused Donald Trump and his administration of fueling the sharp political division. And then he said, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Quote, but I'll say this. This is Putty Tat. Those extreme views were not in my White House. I was not empowering them. I was not pulling the weight of the United States government behind them. When we have the weight of the United States government behind extremist views, we've got a problem. And so if we're in an inflection point, we have to fight for those values that made this country what they are. He said, when I hear not just our current president, Trump, but his aides have a history of calling political opponents, they're calling political opponents vermin, enemies, and need to be targeted. That speaks to a broader problem we have right now, something going on to grapple with for all of us in America. That's what you did, you dirty bastard, you lousy, stinking traitor. He's blaming Donald Trump for causing the political violence. He says, well, we never targeted anybody on one side in our White House. Oh, my God. I'm wetting my pants. I'm officially, here, let me show you. I'm actually wetting my pants. He said, oh, we never did that. We always, oh, my God. He said, we never did extreme views in my White House. Oh, my God. He was responsible for the fake. Oh, God. I mean, the nerve of this guy. 328. Okay, Flounder, let's do it. All right, hold on. First of all, Flounder found this, so this is really a quick text here. Then we're going to play number 3 and number 4, Flounder. First of all, I got to go back to Mr. Phone here. Here we go, Kimmer Show, and hold on, one more. Here we go. Jim Jordan, another Kash Patel, another hearing today. Congressman Jim Jordan asked Kash Patel a flurry of questions and smeared every stinking Democrat who's got caught being such a freaking phony today. It went like this. Jim Jordan, is the FBI still spying on parents at school board meetings? No, sir. Is the FBI still targeting Catholics? No, sir. Is the FBI still censoring Americans? No, sir. Is the FBI still targeting Americans for shopping at Cabela's or purchasing Bibles? Nobody's targeted for their faith, sir. Is the FBI still targeting Americans who are pro-life? Nobody's targeting anyone. Still targeting pro-life. Nobody's targeting anyone for their beliefs anymore. Is the FBI still cooking the books on crime data? The crime data is real. Is the FBI still purging agents for conservative viewpoints? No one at the FBI is being asked their viewpoints on politics.
I got the audio. You want me to play it?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I just ruined the whole thing.
We can play it later. We'll play it next time.
We'll play it later. But in the meantime, in fact, can we do a break with his comment, the other comments with Kash Patel?
We can do it now if you want. Yeah,
let's
plenty of time.
Let's do that. I mean, this is amazing. Again, Jim Jordan, all those questions are all what Putty Tat did, which now Putty Tat is trying to blame Donald Trump for. Honest to God, I'm going to throw up before the day is done. I almost can promise you. Okay, now, when the Chinese honeypot spy banger Fang Eric Swalwell tried to take on Kash Patel today, cut number 3, Flounder, here's how that went at Congress. Number 3.
20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so
the
because
question
they failed
again,
to meet the muster in their constitutional
won't let him answer.
On the
Won't let him answer.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career in Congress.
Reclaiming my time,
it has been a disgrace to the American people. You can reclaim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak this way? Mr. Chairman, would you recuse yourself?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, would you admonish the witness not to insult members?
Gentlemen,
no.
What a scumbag. Again, the Democrats won't let him answer. No. Republican, I don't know a single Republican in a committee like this who's ever just not let him speak. I mean, seriously. Oh, my God.
And that's their plan. Just not to let them talk.
Exactly. But you'd think they would have learned their lesson from yesterday. Don't they watch the news? Didn't they realize Cory Booker and those guys look like, and Adam Schiff for Brains look like idiots? I said Schiff for Brains. I mean, and Josie Mano. Oh, my God. They're just children. It's 3:31. We got a lot more of this coming up, too, if you can stand it. Good grief.
Need more than just headlines on your ride to work? It's the Morning Extra, live from 6 to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, I'm not sure where to start when it comes to Peach State Windows, because Peach State Windows also has siding. I love the Hardy plank. And they'll take care of that stuff on your roof or front door rattle and stuff like that, specializing in the windows, of course. But don't forget, they have a free deck inspection. And a lot of things have changed about your decks. And the codes, for example, I believe me, it's true. It happened in Fulton County. The slats could be at a wrong angle. Anyway, they'll check it out for you while they're there. PeachStateWindows.com. They have all this stuff. I've known these people for 25 years taking care of the outside of your house. PeachStateWindows.com.
Fall is here, football is back, and so is the perfect time to celebrate with something unforgettable. From September 15th through the 21st, enjoy up to 60% off all bridal and fine jewelry in-store during our big Percentage Week sale. As proud partners of the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, we know what it means to shine on game day and every day. But hurry, once an item is gone, it's gone. Visit any of our 3 locations, Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg, or book your private appointment now at SolomonBrothers.com for the best selection and service. Family owned, trusted for generations, and home to Georgia's largest selection of fine jewelry. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, luxury, value, legacy. We will run out of the hottest items. Do book your appointment early and don't miss the Percentage Week, September 15th through 21st only. Solomon Brothers, where Georgia celebrates luxury, value, and legacy.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a 3rd-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Hey, it's Lowe's here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on $20,000, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend $20,000, because we can sit there and help you and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Flounder just somebody just sent Flounder a list of the rules of the Roadrunner. Is this cool? Well, we'll get to it anyway. How you
doing? This is from Skylar Pup.
Skylar, outstanding. All right, hold everything. Give her Pete Flounder, 336. It's Hump Day. Here's the Backstreet Boys. It was on a horrible incident on this day 6 years ago, 2019. Nick Carter had to file a restraining order against his own brother, Aaron, after Aaron threatened to kill his pregnant wife and unborn child. The order stated the troubled singer has to stay 100 feet away from Nick and his wife and kids and other family members, too. Confirming the order, Aaron Carter wrote, "So my brother just got a restraining order against me, and I was just served, LOL." Okay. He didn't kill anybody, did he? Did we ever hear he killed anybody? Or maybe just wanted to work for the FBI in case he ever had to kill somebody or go through somebody's wife's underpants or something like that, like the FBI did, with Mar-a-Lago. I mean, what a dirty, rotten slime bag. I can't freaking believe it. God, and it got buried in the news because of all the stuff on Charlie Kirk. Your FBI under Christopher Wray deliberately faked investigations on almost 100 Republicans and Republican organizations, which led Jack Smith to file federal charges against Donald Trump that led to the Mar-a-Lago raid. It all started with Christopher Wray.
And while they were doing that, while they were going after parents, daring to ask questions,
school
at
board, remember that?
meetings,
Domestic
while they were going after Catholics and other people of faith, Antifa and all those thugs on the left were making their paramilitary groups grow.
That's right. And it was under, well, anyway, I mean, it's just, we'll do more of this was coming. I mean, honestly, I'm just astounded. And that freaking putty tap, it says we never had any of that kind of thing in my White House. Oh, my God. It was all your White House that led to it. He was behind the whole Steele dossier. He started it. Remember, we just proved that for the emails. Oh my God, they got to start. Getting people under oath and testifying before Congress. I mean, it's just going under the wire. What happened? It's all gone. Nothing's going to happen. Anyway, all right, hold on. I mean, all right, here we go. Birthday. Oh, Cassandra Peterson, my first wife. Well, she had it annulled. She'll deny it now. Cassandra Peterson, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. 74. Yeah, younger than I was, and it wouldn't work. She didn't, I thought I was too old.
There's another reason why it wouldn't work with her.
Well, yeah, no, a pretty good reason there, too. But I tried. I mean, I tried having my feminine side, and, sometimes it works, and sometimes it does not. And now... She still looks freaking scary to me, I got to tell you. I'm always scared the crap out of me. Oh, by the way, did you like the picture I sent you of Sydney Sweeney? There's a picture going around now. I think it's a real picture, too.
No, it is not. I sent you the actual picture.
Well, what's the actual one? Oh, what different? Oh, well, there's a picture of Sydney Sweeney that someone made to look as though she's wearing just a black T-shirt and high heels, and that's it. And the T-shirt is short, and her legs are magnificent, and the T-shirt says Turning Point, USA.
Yeah, no, she didn't do that.
Yeah, well, but let's pretend she did, because then we can say that she did. All right, and now something you really enjoy. 1965, on this day, Hogan's Heroes. The TV comedy about a German prisoner of war camp premieres on CBS. Bob Crane was Colonel Hogan. The show used Jewish actors to portray the Germans, several of whom had fled Nazi Germany, and some actually spent time in real concentration camps. For example, Robert Clary, he played LeBeau. Remember LeBeau from Hogan's Heroes?
Frenchie.
LeBeau spent 3 years in a concentration camp. His parents and other family members were killed in the concentration camp, and he has an identity tattoo from the camp on his arm, which reads A5714. Werner Klemperer, Colonel Klink, fled Nazi Germany with his family in 1933. John Banner, Sergeant Schultz, also Jewish, had been held in a pre-war concentration camp and fled to the United States. His family members who stayed in Vienna all died when they were rounded up in Nazi concentration camps. The German General Burkhalter, Leon Askin was his name. The German general was in a pre-war French internment camp, and his parents were killed at Treblinka.
Clink.
Hogan's Heroes. And, of course, Bob Crane was a freaky... I mean, he died, was he tied up and tortured by... he had some kind of a weird sex, kinky bondage or something. I don't know.
Best way to say, oh good. And then Burkhalter would show up and go, clink.
I know nothing. That was, and by the way, whoever heard of making a comedy about a German concentration camp in the war?
You know who did it? Bing Crosby is who did it.
Yeah. And people said, you've got to be nuts. There's no way people are going to put... And it was hysterical. I mean, it was perfect. It was just the way they did it. It was really perfect. And by the way...
couldn't do it now.
And by the way, remember, I think it was after, remember the movie Stalag 13, which was a
great movie.
Oh, God, that was a good movie.
And a rough movie. That is not a comedy.
Yeah. Wasn't it the guy who played Joey? The actor...
William Holden.
Peter Graves. Wasn't he the bad guy got shoved out into the end at the end?
Yeah,
the guy who played
Graves.
Joey, the pilot, Peter Graves. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry, we're going down old-timer memory lane here. Sorry about that. All right, camera...
by the way, yesterday with Robert Redford, I forgot about this. When I was a kid, The Great Waldo Pepper was one of my favorite
the airplane
movies.
flying guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'd forgotten about that one, too. And again, Flounder mentioned, I think Spy Game was one of his two best acting performances. And I thought it was a great movie. I promise you, if you see it, you'd like it. You really
definitely worth a watch, Pete.
Yep, definitely. All right, Kimmer P. Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. All right, let's see what we do. Hold on, where are we here? We'll do some more cash for you a little bit later on. And we'll also hear Jordan... Congressman Jordan talking with Kash Patel during the congressional hearing. I've got so much I want to get in here, and I'm still so freaking ticked off about that freaking putty tat. We dirty. Isn't it amazing that it turns out because of this Operation Arctic Frost and everything else, and what Putty Tat did in his administration, it turns out that the true dangers of domestic terrorism, which they used to say were MAGA Republicans, are actually the Democrats. What's going on in the country right now? The Charlie Kirk thing, the people saluting his assassination, the domestic
Antifa,
terrorism.
Trantifa.
The domestic terrorists are Democrats. The fear of domestic terrorism is from the left, the Democrat Party. And no one's speaking out. They're still doubling down. Well, in fact, let's do this, Flounder. Let's do the cut with Ted Cruz. I mean, here they're still they're still pretending that they don't know what the hell happened. Cut number one, first of all, Ted Cruz was talking with a CNN idiot, Caitlin Collins, whose name keeps popping up when we talk about stupid people with biased opinions on mainstream media. She's on CNN, and she's pretending this is all a mystery of whatever happened with the Charlie Kirk assassination. Cut number one, Flounder, if you would, sir.
You said a lot there, and we don't have a motive yet. We don't know yet. We're waiting. Obviously, we've heard what the governor's had to say, what the FBI director
we know.
said today.
Come on, we don't have a motive yet.
We know.
We don't have a motive yet.
What's
really?
happening with?
Really, that's CNN's position.
from law
He
enforcement,
just happened
Senator.
to fire the gun in celebration. You can't tell the motive.
Senator.
I mean, my God.
By the way, Bonci puts it best. Yes, the shooter adhered to trans ideology, had a trans furry boyfriend. His family said he was left-wing. He wrote anti-fascist stuff on the ammo, and he accused the prominent right-winger he murdered of hatred, but his motive remains a mystery.
I still wonder why he did it. I mean, they're dressing up like a woodchuck to get excited or something, and gee, I wonder if there's an issue here. After even his parents said he turned weird in the last year or so. Freaking crazy. And by the way, once again, this is yesterday's cigarettes, this cell phone, and the social media, my friends. Let's play cut number two here, Flounder. Speaking of that, with Ted Cruz and more with this Caitlin Collins idiot. The stupid leftist disgrace tried once again to claim Republicans are actually the violent ones. Cut number two, if you will, sir.
How can you argue that it's? I think the argument that people have been talking about recently is what's going on with the Charlie Kirk case. I think people have raised that because there have been other acts of political violence as well.
Really?
When it comes to targeting Democrats. I mean, we've seen that with a lawmaker who was killed in Minnesota this summer alongside her husband.
Lie.
We've seen it with the police break-in at Nancy Pelosi.
But the assassin
We've also
there
seen
was
it with
a
Justice
deranged.
Brett Kavanaugh
The
and
assassin
others.
hold on a second. If you're going to say facts, you need to get your facts right. The assassin there was not a right-wing assassin acting on a political motive. The assassin there was someone who had been an appointee of Tim Walz, and he was a deranged lunatic.
Yeah, Tim Walz's people. And by the way...
And they shot her because she had sided with the Republicans keeping Medicare away from illegals.
Right.
That's why he shot her.
Yeah. Right. And it's perfect for Tim Walz. Did you see him now? He's running again for governor, and he comes out from behind the screen with his double little fairy hands running in the air. I mean, good Lord. They deserve each other.
Yeah, they get what they deserve there.
Oh, good Lord. And coming up, by the way, the non-apology apology with that fruitcake on ABC. That's coming up, too. Kimber Payton Flounder, 3:45 already. We got tweets, we got game, we got Flounder's funnies, and your stuff and my stuff and everybody's stuff here on your happy hump day here. Here we go. Look out. We got a lot coming up.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Vela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Hey, Atlanta Braves fans, this is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
I support PragerU because they're doing something extraordinary. They're preserving American history in digital form. You probably know how much I care about preserving truth. History means a lot to me, even more so fighting for what is right. It's a core value of mine. That is why I support PragerU. Like modern-day clay pots, they're safeguarding the truth. Truths that have been hidden away in our classrooms so our children and now grandchildren can be indoctrinated with progressive ideals to destroy our republic. PragerU videos reach millions of people every single day, especially young people. And they're changing minds at scale, and I've seen it. I've talked to the kids. I've talked to my kids about it. It works. I would like to invite you to be a part of this. Nobody else can do this. Nobody else is doing this, and it's working. Together, we can give America's kids the truth they deserve. If history in the classroom matters to you, would you help PragerU? If you want to make an impact on the next generation, go to PragerU.com/Glenn and donate. PragerU.com/Glenn. PragerU.com/Glenn.
There we go. It'd be nice if some reporter would stand up to Barack Hussein Putty Tat and call him a liar to his face. Yeah, we'll get to it. All right, 3:50 on the clock there. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder with the disgusting Barry Manilow. I like his songs. I like his stupid McDonald's commercials and all the things he's done, but on this day in 2007, Barry Manilow canceled his plans to be on the talk show The View because he did not want to be interviewed by that disgusting conservative Elizabeth Hasselbeck because she was against abortion and she supported the Iraq War. Barry said, I'm only going to talk to Joy Behar, Barbara Walters, or Whoopi Goldberg. The producer said, I don't think so. You're being disrespectful. And so they said, you're not on the show. Well, you got. I'll tell you what, that was surprisingly appropriate. And again, Barry, you're not being very inclusive, Barry. You know, and by the way, all these haters, you know, about Charlie Kirk, they're not being very inclusive either, are they? This really isn't the party of inclusivity and, diversity and welcome all the different people, is it? I mean, once they convict themselves every freaking time they do stuff like this. You're claiming that the Republicans. Well, they're not the party of being inclusive or diversive. If you don't like what they like, you're dead to them. Anyway, all right, birthday. I mentioned Chuck Grassley. Senator Grassley is 92. still in the Senate, and still doing investigative stuff, still jogging every day, by the way. Gets up at 5 in the morning to go jogging. Chuck Grassley, 92, and once he came out with that Arctic frost business, showing Christopher Wray and the FBI deliberately led to Donald Trump and fingering his wife's panties in Mar-a-Lago raid, you dirty, rotten slime bags. Yes, sir. What do you got?
Charlie on the horn.
Charlie on the radio, man. Welcome aboard. What's up?
Well, Charlie from Conyers, I love your show. I listen to you guys the minute you come on for a little while because you're upbeat and uplifting. But you gave me a headache today with them garbage men.
I'm sorry. What's up?
I mean, they're garbage men, okay?
Yeah.
And they make mistakes. But I was on the board of the homeowners.
Yeah.
And we ended up having a break because we had one company, and every week they kept messing up. So we had to switch to a couple different companies.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you need to do. I don't know.
I know, but it would seem, again, I'm saluting I think it's a great job. If you're not particularly well educated, but you're willing to, work for a living and stuff. I mean, you can make $50,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year picking up trash cans. I mean, seriously, I can't imagine a job that, it's a remarkably good job for people to have who have a few other skills, or even if they have a lot of skills and they don't feel like doing something else, or don't want to work in an office. Either way, I think it's disrespect. I can't believe they're so disrespectful. They just say, "Oh, screw this," and they don't give a damn whether they knock everything over or not. It's just.
Well, you know what? But Tim, I think you've been around. You're about the same age as we. We've been around a long time. That's pretty much common everywhere you go anymore.
I know. I know.
But I have another question. The more important thing, you mentioned something about subpoenas a little while ago.
Yeah.
And this James Comer guy that's been the oversight chairman now for, it seems like forever and a day.
Yeah.
And nothing ever happens to anybody. He subpoenas people every single day, but nothing ever happens to anybody.
Well, in fact, I heard.
Can you help me understand?
Yeah, I heard Jesse Kelly last night was really ripping Pam Bondi because nothing seems to be going on. Again, when they are going to take on, they probably can't go get Putty Tat, but they can get an awful lot of people like Clapper and Brennan and James Comey, the ex-RI director, and so forth. But again, they better get all their ducks in a row, because once they start issuing directives to have them testify before Congress or subpoenas or whatever, they better have everything perfect. And it's still, they've only been in office for 6 months. I know I'm not happy with it, but I'm hoping that there's stuff going on we don't know about to get their ducks. And Kash Patel, all of a sudden now Kash Patel and Chuck Grassley's coming out with all this stuff we didn't know before. So they're getting it. They're unraveling all this stuff. And again, this stuff, this Arctic frost, that's more evidence. You know what I mean? This is great, and more evidence coming clear. So this is, I think the momentum's building, and we want it faster, but I think they're doing. I think they're going. I think they're doing it.
I hope you're right.
Yeah,
I just would love to see somebody go out with handcuffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if it's just one.
Yeah, and I want nighttime testimony before Congress for the American people too when they get them.
Right. I agree with you.
Hey, thanks, man. Good to talk to you.
Take care, man. Be good.
Thank you. 354. Keep repeating, Flounder. 404-741-12. Okay, real quick before we run out of time. Here, I'm going to read you the headline, and then and then I'm going to read you the thing, and then you tell me if there's anything that doesn't seem right. Quote, ABC reporter apologizes for gushy remarks about Kirk shooter's touching messages to trans romantic partner. ABC News correspondent Matt Gutman apologized Wednesday for angering some viewers about the In his post, Gutman expressed regret over the remarks and condemned the Here's what his quote is. Yesterday, I tried to underscore the jarring contrast between this cold-blooded assassination of Charlie Kirk, a man who dedicated his life to public dialogue, and the personal disturbing text read aloud by the Utah County attorney at the press conference. I deeply regret that my words did not make that clear. And then he went on to say, he said, then a wave of backlash prompting him to apologize Wednesday, but let there be zero doubt. I unequivocally condemn this horrific crime and the pain it caused Charlie Kirk's family, those who were forced to witness it, and the millions of people he inspired. Okay, did you hear an apology in there anywhere? He regrets that you misunderstood what he was saying.
Yep.
He's not sorry he said it. He's a freaking furry-loving pansy sissy queer. He was probably touching himself while he was reading that statement. Oh, his nipples are hard as a rock. Oh, God. You dirty, rotten slime bag. What a punk.
It was a political statement.
Exactly.
It was to try and get people to feel feel some
That's
empathy
right.
for what's going on here.
That's right. Kind of ease the thing. You wouldn't want the death penalty for a guy who loves somebody that much. You wouldn't want to kill a lover if they're in love. And so he loves a freaking woodchuck. It could be a squirrel. Whatever. You dirty. Apologizes my ass. He regrets that you misunderstood him. I mean, and the news. Nobody said, "No, wait, but that's not an apology." I mean, seriously, am I the only person? I mean, I can't believe this. And by the way, how can you freaking reporters write this story and not know what the hell you're saying? I hate everybody. I hate everybody. I'm sorry. I just really hate everybody right now. Sorry. Oh, and by the way, one more thing before I forget. In case you misunderstanding things, people like me and us, and especially in this business, gay means nothing. I mean, gay is not a thing as far as we're concerned. If you're gay, great. You're gay. Have a ball. Hope you're happy. You find somebody you love. Outstanding. God bless you. Okay. If you're gay and you are gay and you are really gay, you're fine. If that's the way it goes. Nobody has a problem with you as long as you're being real. If you are yourself and you're committed to yourself, God bless you. You're a human being and you have a right to whatever you're doing here. But if you're some fake fruitcake who's a pervert who's trying to justify before other people some sort of abnormal behavior that you're trying to make nationally as part of the normal workplace and everything else, I don't think so. We have a right to say, I don't like you. Now, if I know a guy, if a grown man, if I'm in a neighborhood and a grown man shows up at a neighborhood party wearing high heels and lipstick and a wig and a dress, I'm not going to kick him out of the party, but I'm probably going to laugh at him and say, what the hell do you think you're doing? You look like an idiot. And you're embarrassing my children. I have the right to discriminate against somebody who's an idiot. But that's not racism and that's not bigotry. That's not gay. It's got nothing to do with gay. Gay's great. Gay's fine. Lesbian, gay, have a ball. We love you. All right. Flounder, if I got time, I've blown the Flounder's Funny segment here.
You did what to the
I'm sorry. Unfortunate grammatical syntax.
You know who gets pulled over by the cops more than African-American males in this country? Illegal immigrant men. But you never hear about that because when they get pulled over, there's never an incident. When they get caught, they know they're caught. They know they're Hey, do you know why the I pulled you over? They look right at him and go, yes. I'm not going to lie to you, Jefe. I know exactly what I did. But I did like 4 things. Which one do you see? Which one do you see? Turn on the camera so it sees me. Primero, mira, I saw the sign, Jefe. It said no U-turn. I saw the sign. But I didn't see you, so
Who's that there, Flounder?
Carlos Manica.
I've always wanted to be pulled over by a cop for speeding. He said, what's your race? I said, well, I got this chick in the trunk. I was trying to get her home or something, I'll bet they've heard them all, by the way. Anyway, Kimmer P. Flounders, 4 o'clock already coming up there. And, boy, we got so much more. Don't go anywhere now. It's only freaking hump day, man. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
The table is set at Windsor Castle. Elisa Brady, Fox News. A state dinner just beginning for President Trump and the First Lady, King Charles, moments ago.
Our people have fought and died together for the values we hold dear. We have innovated, traded, and created together.
The dinner follows a day spent with King Charles and Queen Camilla.
Arriving at Windsor, President Trump did trade the Cadillac limo, the Beast, for a horse-drawn carriage. He and King Charles have been all smiles at various points. We've also seen friendly greetings for the first family from the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate. Tomorrow, that is when the president is going to trade pageantry for pounds. He and the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, are going to meet.
Fox's Peter Doocy in London. President Trump is the first U.S. president to have a second state visit in Britain. Vice President J.D. Vance traveling to Michigan and using his speech at a medical metal stamping company to again condemn political violence a week after Charlie Kirk's assassination.
We reject political violence and we reject the crazy left-wing radicals that gunned down our friend Charlie Kirk. Let's talk to one another and not try to shoot each other down for disagreeing.
Vance also pledging to fight for the right of anyone to speak their mind. For the first time this year, a rate cut from the Fed, lowering its benchmark interest rate by 1/4 point, with Fed Chair Jerome Powell noting a softer labor market and somewhat elevated inflation.
Near-term measures of inflation expectations have moved up on balance over the course of this year on news about tariffs, as reflected in both market and survey-based measures. Beyond the next year or so, however, most measures of longer-term expectations remain consistent with our 2% inflation goal.
A mixed finish on Wall Street. The Dow up 260 points at the bell, but the S&P and the NASDAQ in the red. America is listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry. Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're great at protecting your data, but lots of places could still expose you to identity theft. If that happens, LifeLock gives you the U.S.-based restoration agent who will stick by your side from start to finish. Phone calls, filing documentation, preparing insurance claims. Your agent handles it all. In fact, they're so confident restoration is guaranteed or your money back. It's nice to have an expert like that on your side. Save up to 40% off your first year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Let's see. I got everything you need, honey. I got my guns, got my roses, got the smelling salts. Ba, 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 ba. All right. 1991. Wow, I just 4 million copies of Guns N' Roses' album Use Your Illusion 1 and Use Your Illusion 2 were simultaneously released for retail sale in 1991. It was the largest ship out in pop history in America.
Largest what?
Ship out. Remember the commercials? I've shipped my pants. I've shipped my bed.
Oops, I grabbed my pants.
Yeah.
I'm shipping my pants right now.
Right exact moment.
My mom actually took me up to Turtle's record store to buy these.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, because it had the parental thing on the CD.
Oh, my God. So. No kidding. I miss your mind. No, sorry even to say
you're
it, but
good, you're
she
good.
was a great
She was
lady.
one of the best.
Her and a naughty little friend showing up at that comedy show one night. It was just so sweet and so cute. Anyway, I miss my mom. Every day I, say a little prayer for mom and dad, stuff like that. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and we got more political stuff coming up here. First, quick back to the business here. Let's see a quick birthday. How about Kyle Chandler, 60 years old? I'm surprised he hasn't been a bigger star. Kyle Chandler was Hal Jordan on the upcoming Lanterns superhero series. Well, we would know him if you haven't seen it yet, you idiots. You know him as Deputy Rayburn. You know him as the upcoming series. Well, how the hell do you know him as the upcoming series? Jeez. Anyway, he's Deputy Rayburn on Bloodline, Coach Taylor on Friday Night Lights, also in Zero Dark 30, one of the main guys, and Manchester by the Sea. And Godzilla. And Kyle Chandler is 60. And again, he always seemed like the latest Rock Hudson or Cary Grant type guy, and he never really, I don't know. It just seemed to me like it was kind of real. Zero Dark 30 was great roles. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on this day in history. And then we get going with the actual program here. Oh, this was bizarre. They actually used to do this. 1652. An 80-year-old guy named Giles Corey refuses to enter a plea of guilty or innocent to charges of witchcraft in Salem, Massachusetts, 1692 on this day. According to the law, a person who refused to plead could not be tried. To persuade someone to make a plea, they were stripped. Okay, again, this was real. To make a person persuade them to make a plea, they were stripped naked and a heavy board laid on their naked body. And then, one by one, rocks were laid on the wooden plank. Giles Corey, at 80 years old, endured the continuing torture for 2 days until he died. Corey had been fined for beating to death one of his indentured servants. He believed the servant had stolen apples from his brother-in-law, so they pressed him to death for not entering a plea in Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. Okie dokie. 406, cover Pete and Flounder. Almost 407, actually. All right, now, by the way, Donald, in fact, Flounder, let's go live. Donald Trump is over in London with an historic dinner, and the Kings and his giddy up going there. I think they're toasting. Can we go live on Fox here? The King toasting. They're clicking glasses. And they're clapping, they're clicking and clapping, the clapping and the clicking together, the British royal family clicking and clacking for Donald Trump and the First Lady as they stand and clap their hands together, and the clinking and the... Oh, my God, look at the luxury of the banquet, oh, my.
Your Majesty, Melania and I are
white tie.
deeply grateful to you and Queen Camilla for your extraordinary graciousness, and to William and Kate, thank you so much. It's been so great being with you today. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's a singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, it's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first, and
no one else ever had to.
Last time. I hope it is, actually. But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country. For many decades, His Majesty the King has epitomized the fortitude, nobility, and the spirit of the British monarchy and the British people. He's dedicated himself to preserving the glory and unique character of this kingdom, restoring life to the rivers and streams, supporting the works of its artists and composers, planting trees and gardens in its countryside. And I just visited one of the most beautiful I've ever seen that you just completed, and protecting the architectural integrity of cities, villages, and towns. He has uplifted the poor, cared for rural farmers, and tended to wounded veterans like nobody else. I'll tell you that I just stood in line and shook about 150 hands, and the King knew every single person and every single company, and some of them had bad names like XYZ-Q3, and he knew every one of them, or at least I think he did, because nobody was complaining. I was very impressed with that.
He owns the room.
I just want to say that His Majesty has also raised a remarkable son in His Royal Highness Prince of Wales. Really amazing. We've gotten to know you, and I think you're going to have an unbelievable success in the future. Melania and I are delighted to visit again with Prince William and to see Her Royal Highness Princess Catherine, so radiant and so healthy and so beautiful. It's really a great honor. Thank you. Many years ago, His Majesty opened his archives to a biographer. Among the documents was a letter from 1993 in which he described the patriotism and guided his many projects. He wrote that he was, quote, entirely motivated by a desperate desire to put the great back into Great Britain. In the finest tradition of British sovereigns, he has given his whole heart, everything he's got, to those parts of Britain that are
okay. We'll cut it. You've sort of cut away.
Yeah,
I
don't want to
kissing British ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for anyway, Donald.
That king is doing everything to destroy Great Britain.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and again, besides killing Princess Diana,
appeaser.
Yeah,
he's handling his country
exactly.
over, basically.
Yeah. And by the way, if you were the king, when you said, now wait a minute, so let me get this straight. Somebody texted something you don't like on social media, so you went to his house and no, we don't do that in Britain, and nobody's stopping them.
No one said, because they don't believe in free speech there.
Good Lord.
Never have.
Anyway.
Oh, by the way, do you see how long that table is they're eating at?
Oh, my God, it's got to be 100 yards.
You can't see the people on the other end.
Yeah, it's a whole room. It's
like a movie joke.
Yeah,
it literally is just like a joke. I mean, there should be a train that carries the poor butlers and waiters back and forth.
Yeah, there's got to be 200 people sitting there for dinner.
Well, the soup was hot when the king got it and the President Trump got it. By the time the poor bastard at the end gets it.
And by the way, for the record, while I was working at home this morning, they showed live coverage of Donald Trump not only arriving in his helicopter in London, but by the way, the Marines there saluting and just the pomp and ceremony. And then they had, oh my God, they had the parades. They had the gilded gold carriages with the footmen on the back, and they had parades of all the white horses and the parades of all the black horses. And it was unbelievable. And then the troops were performing. It was just amazing. One after another, the pomp and circumstances, and I freaking loved it. And I thought to myself, oh, they must have gone through torture. And I can promise you this: if you've been in the military, now in the Marines were ridiculous about this kind of stuff. In the Marine Corps, if you had to go a full inspection, what the hell did we junk on the bunk? If you had to do a junk on the bunk, that means everything you owned had to be displayed and everything had to be perfect. If there was a teeny little thread coming off part of your uniform patch, you were screwed. That's all the idiots who were in the Marine Corps at that time. And I can imagine all those guys who had to get all the perfect uniforms just right, and the horses the work they put in to show off for Donald Trump. I'm telling you, they'll be glad when this is over. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Okay, Flounder, let's do the 412. God, I'm so late. We got, we tried to go live. And by the way, for the record, isn't it amazing? For people like in my age, this is astounding. We just went live. You could be driving in your car anywhere you want in America, and you could hear Donald Trump live in London at a banquet with a king. I'm sorry, yes, sir, what do you
Real quick, we got David on the horn, and he's a truck driver, and he's noticed something that's kind of concerning.
Excellent. David, please join us. What do you think? What's up, man?
Well, I'm a truck driver, and I drive all over the Southeast.
Yeah.
And since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I have noticed that every Chick-fil-A that I've gone by in about 7 different states, they are not flying their flags at half-staff. And that's real disheartening because Truett Cathy was a super Christian, which is why they're closed on Sundays. And it is real disheartening that they would not lower their staff in memory of a man who was a devout Christian that was not afraid of his faith.
Well, now, I have to admit, I don't know whether they did. Do you know whether they did when Donald Trump announced that the flags would be at half staff? Did they do it then and just put them back up, or did they have they never done it?
No,
I don't know.
They have not put them down at one time.
Well, what the hell is that?
Trump announced it last.
How is that possible? How could Chick-fil-A not? And by the way, are there people doing it still? I guess I haven't noticed because I don't see any flags anywhere.
I think he instructed it until today, until Wednesday.
Yeah, but now if you're saying that it's been going on for several days and you haven't seen a Chick-fil-A with a half-mast flag or half-staff flag, that's very disheartening. I don't understand why. I don't know. Anybody at Chick-fil-A can explain this? Please call us. I'm glad you called, man. I appreciate it. I wish I had an answer.
Yeah, most flags are half-mast. I see.
I'm shocked.
Up here.
Still.
Yeah.
But I forgot. Was it today? I don't remember what the day was, how long it's supposed to be. But again, I don't know if there's a reason. Now, maybe do they have flags that don't go half staff? In other words, they're permanent on a stick and they don't have ropes on to go halfway down? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I wish I knew and I don't. Maybe someone will explain it. 4:15. Okay, we got more stuff. Oh, we got it all. Don't go anywhere now.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, I don't even know what to do with a commentary for today, so I sit down in my little over-the-road studio, open up the microphone and just start talking, and here I guess is how it goes. The Queen and I, our favorite comedian right now is Nate Bargatze. He's funny, but I don't know why he's funny. I can't explain it, but he did host the Emmys Sunday night, and apparently the reviews were good. I can't say whether he was good or not. I don't watch award shows, ever. The Oscars, the Emmys, any of them. They are, in blunt terms, circle jerks. A bunch of actors or singers or Broadway performers stand in a circle, point at each other, and tell them how great they are. And we're supposed to be captivated by this. The Emmys are about TV shows. What do we have? Is there a Cheers out there now? No. How about Frasier? No. Seinfeld? No. We have reality shows, Naked and Afraid, where people run around with fuzzed out body parts acting like they're afraid of snakes. Who watches that? But what really gets on my nerves, not necessarily in award shows, but often, is actors lecturing us on political issues. These are people who made their living pretending to be someone they aren't, who made their living reading words written for them by somebody else. They're good with the facial expressions. They're good with the physical movements. Great hair, but every thought that they utter in a movie is written by somebody else. And then suddenly, here come the Oscars, and they have all the answers to our problems in this country. Sorry, don't think so. I'd love to hear Nate Bargatze's take on award shows and actors. You just heard mine. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
The next big storm isn't a matter of if, it's when. Is your home ready? Southern Exteriors offers free inspections and dependable storm damage repairs with in-house warranties and honest service. Right now, get 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I've met the team at Southern Exteriors. They do things the right way. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN or southernexteriors.co.
When it comes to Peach State Windows, because Peach State Windows also has siding. I love the Hardy plank. And they'll take care of that stuff on your roof or front door rattle and stuff like that, specializing in the windows, of course. But don't forget, they have a free deck inspection. And a lot of things have changed about your decks. And the codes, for example, I believe me, it's true. It happened in Fulton County. The slats could be at a wrong angle. Anyway, they'll check it out for you while they're there. PeachStateWindows.com. They have all this stuff. I've known these people for 25 years, taking care of the outside of your house. PeachStateWindows.com.
September is Fan Appreciation Month at Truist Park, and you don't want to miss out as the Nationals and Pirates come to town September 22nd through the 28th. Fans can look forward to the Ronald Acuna Jr. bobblehead giveaway presented by Truist, Los Bravos Night powered by Georgia Power, the Kids Club Appreciation Party, and so much more, with tickets starting at just $7. There's a great seat no matter your budget. Head to Braves.com/promos for all the details. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. You know, look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
Bicycle. All right, then. And you may know the story behind the ending of this particular event. Pretty kinky. 1978, the video for Queen's single song, Bicycle Race, was filmed at Wimbledon Stadium in Wimbledon, British Isles. 1978, the video for Bicycle Race featured 65 naked female professional models. The 65 naked women were racing around the stadium's track on bicycles, which had been hired specifically for the models to use for that day. And then the rental company requested payment for replacing every single saddle after they found out how they were using the bicycles. Or, anyway, Kimmer Pete Flounder, 422. To the phones, more about the flag business and maybe an explanation too. Keith, you're on the radio. Hi, Keith. Thanks for calling, man. What do you think? Help us out here.
Hey, Kimmer, Pete Flounder.
Yes, sir.
I know Pete mentioned the order was, to go back up today, but it was just noticed something odd on Delk Road when I go through there every day on the way home. And there's a Georgia Army National Guard building there and Cobb County Water System building right there at Delk and Atlanta Road. The Army building, their flag is all the way up. Cobb County Water is still at half mast.
Huh. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
I mean, it might just be interpretation of how the order is written or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and also somebody called Flounder, I think, a little bit ago and made a good point, and I should have brought this out, and I'm an idiot for not doing it. When Donald Trump makes a declaration for the flags to fly at half staff or half mast, depending on whether you're on your boat or not, I guess, that applies to federal agencies and things like that. It does not apply to personal people. So it's private companies, and I don't know whether Chick-fil-A had any, thought. I don't know. I don't know. But
again, I think Charlie's original point was that Chick-fil-A is a very conservative and Christian-oriented company. So
that would have been among,
that,
or Charlie Kirk, you thought they would have been flying.
But again, maybe the unfortunate thing is it's so political that they don't want to lose business.
Yeah. Now, Keith, I don't know. It's kind of funny that the water department has a flag half down and the Army has theirs all the way up. I don't know what to say.
They both have been down since since this has been going on. But y'all were talking about it and I looked over like, oh wow, the Army flag's all the way back up.
Okay. Well, again, now if today was the day, then it makes sense they put the flag back up. But again, why one's one, one's the other? Maybe I guess just logistics. Anyway, thank you, Keith. I appreciate it, Keith. And again, observation. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. 424, Kimmer Pete Flounder. Let's do it. We owe you a couple of sound bites here. And again, the Charlie Kirk thing and the hearings. Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan pulled a great stunt today to embarrass all the freaking Democrats. The House Judiciary Committee is holding a meeting. Kash Patel there. Here's what Jim Jordan, again, I think this is number 6, Flounder, I'm not sure. Jim Jordan set up a bunch of questions to embarrass the Democrats. It went like this.
Director, yes or no, is the FBI still spying on parents at school board meetings?
No, sir.
Is the FBI still targeting Catholics?
No, sir.
Is the FBI still spying on President Trump?
I don't believe so.
Is the FBI still censoring Americans?
No, sir.
Is the FBI still targeting Americans for shopping at Cabela's or purchasing Bibles?
Nobody's targeted for their faith.
Is the FBI still targeting Americans who are pro-life?
Nobody's targeting anyone for their beliefs.
Is the FBI still cooking the books on crime data?
The crime data is real.
Is the FBI still purging agents for conservative viewpoints?
No one at the FBI has asked their viewpoints on policy.
Is the FBI still labeling the Betsy Ross flag, the flag of the American Revolution, a hate symbol?
No.
Well, maybe that's why you've been able to, what was the number, 23,000 bad guys you've arrested, a huge increase from the same time period in the previous administration. I think you said 1,400 predators, 4,000 children rescued. Were those the facts?
4,700, 35% increase on children rescued.
Yeah. And you got the guy that Abbey Gate.
We got the Abbey Gate guy.
We had a guy from the 4th District of Ohio who lost his life there serving our country. We appreciate that. Maybe when you're not focused on politics, you can actually do what the FBI is supposed to do. Go get the bad guys, right?
That's what the men and women of the FBI do.
And that's exactly what the opposite of what Putitat did, trying now to claim the Republicans are the ones who mixed up the Justice Department. Good God. And let's do this. I live in Alpharetta. I used to be represented by that slimy liar, Lucy McNasty. I think her actual name is McBath Nasty, something like that. She was living in Tennessee when she ran for Georgia Congress and won. Allegedly my foot. She was living in Tennessee. She pulled it off somehow. And this is a woman who didn't like what I said on the radio. God, what was it, 20 years ago? It must have been 2000.
No, it's just like 2000. Because I was running the board over at across the street. Yeah. So it was like 2017 or?
Yes, well, 8 or 9 or 10. Well, I haven't, no. No, it was
because it was when Trump was in office.
So. Yeah, I guess, yeah. So it's like 7, 8 years ago. I was on the radio and I said something nasty about Lucy McNasty. And so she got a hold of the president, a woman who was the president of Cumulus, and she suspended me, and she wrote a nasty freaking national letter saying that our company condemns this Kim Peterson in Atlanta, Georgia, for his inflammatory comments, which are against the standards of Cumulus Broadcasting, and they tried to get me fired, and I got suspended by one of the scumbag drunk backstabbers at Cumulus, and eventually we all got, well, Lucy McNasty was the one responsible for it. Here's a woman in Congress who tried to get a talk show host fired because she didn't like what I said, and the company went along with her. Talk about a double disgrace. Lucy McNasty kissed my foot, and now here's Kash Patel taking on this dirtbag loser, incompetent woman in office from Georgia, if you will.
Mr. Patel, in the short time I have left, your tenure as director of FBI has been somewhat problematic. Americans are left safe.
Liar.
Definitely less safe under your watch. You have gutted the FBI's ability to keep safe.
Liar.
From domestic terrorism. Liar. You have sent FBI agents to conduct traffic stops and round up hardworking immigrants who pose no danger to public safety.
Illegal.
People even President Trump referred to as good, long-time workers.
No danger?
Your job is to protect and serve the American
no danger.
public.
I'm the gentlelady.
Spent your time protecting heinous individuals and using the FBI to serve as a political servant. You at times have appeared unequipped.
I'm the
this country
gentlelady.
deserves better, and I yield.
There we go.
Gentlelady yields
May
back.
I respond?
Sure can.
If we're failing, how are we arresting 23,000 violent felons? Twice as many as this time last year. Are we failing? Because if we're failing, how are we seizing 1,500 kilograms of meth, 25% increase from last year? Are we failing? Because we captured 4 top 10 FBI most wanted from around the world in 7 months. That's more than the entirety of the last administration. Are we failing? Because we put 1,500 child predators in prison. Are we failing? Because we dismantled 300 human trafficking networks. Which is it? You don't like me? That's fine. But don't you dare disparage the men and women of the FBI that are producing record results in historic fashion to protect this country. They are kicking ass for America, and they're going to continue to do so.
Yeah, Lucy McBath. And I dare you to call this radio station and try to get me fired. You dirty, rotten snake. You're an interloper and an incompetent boob. You're a disgrace to women everywhere. How the hell you got elected? You're a rat. And I'm Kim Peterson, and she's Lucy McBath, and she's still in Congress. So I dare you to call Mr. Dickey. I'll wait for the phone call. Ya-da-da. I'm waiting. Ya-da-da-da. I'm going to go ahead and wait now for a while. La-da-dee. Is that for me? Is that, phone? Anybody? Ya-da.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
I'm Pete Davis, and pro and college football is back. And Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on passing yards, TDs, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can start with as little as $1. Here's what I'm thinking about Sunday's Green Bay at Cleveland game. Packers running back Josh Jacobs will go higher on his rushing and receiving touchdown projections, and Jordan Love to be higher on his passing TDs. It's Cleveland. It's simple, it's fun, and it keeps me locked into every play. Download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063 for $50 in bonus funds. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. You can be next. Underdog. Make picks. Win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort for the fall and winter. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your furnace running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. Turn to the experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947 and one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Oh, I was having fun. I'm going through, I'm arranging a bunch of stuff that I've got here that I'm putting away to save, including Atlanta Safe House. Guys are helping me make sure I have my valuable pictures, like me with Peter Lupus, who played Willie the Strongman in the original TV Mission Impossible. And thanks to Atlanta Safe House, I have stuff like that I keep safe and sound. Medical records, which I didn't have down in Florida because I had no safe down there, and I got nailed for it, and it's my fault. So I can't complain. I'm stupid. I'm trying not to be stupid anymore. So, and you don't have. You got Atlanta Safe House, and don't forget this: two things. You don't pay any sales tax on gun safes at Atlanta Safe House, and these gun safes, pistol safes, are beautiful. And Browning and Fort Knox safes right now, sales, you're going to save a bundle. And between the sales, the savings, and the rebates, I'm telling you. And by the way, whether it's your home or office, only really people like ex-cops and off-duty police, firefighters, and military deliver, because you can trust them in your house or your office. Always some kind of special deal. No sales tax on gun safes. They have safes that'll take care of bow and arrows and documents and jewelry and cash. They've got it all. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Oh no, what is that sound?
It's our rejection detection system. It's showing that several men across Georgia are being denied intimacy by their partners due to ED.
How can this be?
Well, it's more common than you think. As men age, their bodies change. And unfortunately, once they get over 50, some things don't work like they used to.
So what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. We need to get them to Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He can fix ED problems.
But how?
At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, they are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimex to create an erection and more.
Hi, this is Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? Guys, it won't get better on its own. When it's not hard, it's really hard. But I can help you today. Call us at Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911 or learn more about us online at tbtofga.com.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle, something for the family, but also for my daughter who's going to be driving soon. Why should I call you?
The main thing is you get to see it's a full transparency sale. What I like to do is show you the whole gamut, show you everything that's out there and everything that's available. I can get any make, any year, any model.
Financing. If I need to use it, what can you offer?
We have some of the best banks available, and we got rates starting at 4.99 from a 23 model and above. It could be a 14 model. We still have banks that will do all the financing for you at good rates, and they're primary banks. If you have credit issues, we still have banks that can accommodate those issues as well.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Extra 106.3 personalities aren't afraid to tell it like it is.
Without Donald Trump, nothing that's going on would be happening right now. Donald Trump is changing the world.
And you'll never hear us spew that violent rhetoric from the left. So don't be afraid to tell it like it is, because we're happy to have you as part of the Extra community.
I particularly like Donald Trump's actions in getting illegal aliens the hell out of this country.
Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
There we go. Paul McCartney was not dead on this day in 1969, but media, both sides of the Atlantic, ran stories that Paul McCartney was dead. Supposedly killed in a car wreck in Scotland in November of 1966, and that a double had been taking his place for public appearances. This was the story broke in 1969 on this day. In fact, at the time, Paul and his girlfriend Jane Asher were on vacation in Kenya, taking the band on the run. Apparently, the Broccoli Festival in full swing there. It's wonderful that time of year. Anyway, let's see. We got a birthday thing here for you. How about Kevin Clash? Kevin Clash is a puppeteer. Kevin Clash is 65, former voice of Elmo on Sesame Street. He lost his gig after he was accused of having sex with the young men while they were not old enough. And he was Elmo and not anymore. Anyway, by the way, on this, I put this on Facebook today, reminded me of on this day in history was 1966. Mission Impossible premiered on TV. Your mission, Jim, should you decide to accept it. And I have in my stuff a picture of me with Peter Lupus, who played Willie the Strongman on the original TV series Mission Impossible, and he was feeling my muscles. And I have a picture of that, put it on Facebook and YouTube. Peter Lupus, and he was on my show because he was hawking a product where it was like vitamin sticks and like a tube, like a flavor straw from the old days. And you would just suck on this stick with vitamins in it or something. That was the damnedest thing. Well, I had to make a living, and when the show went off the air. Anyway, Peter Lupus. I kind of wonder if Dr. Deal could solve that problem. It's got to be a horrible thing. Anyway, and on this day in history, thanks to what I did there, 1967, The Who, the up-and-coming British invasion rock band, known for their high-energy instrument-destroying antics, on this day in 1967, ended their explosive, nationally televised performance of their hit My Generation with a bang. Literally. Caused by fireworks that drummer Keith Moon packed into his bass drum. It blew up, badly singed guitarist Pete Townshend's hair, left shrapnel in Moon's arm, and momentarily knocked the whole damn Smothered Brothers comedy show off the air. As buttoned down as the hosts were, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was as close as networks could be in '67 to being culturally and politically subversive. Tommy and Dick Smothers fought a running battle with CBS over censorship of scripts, tweaking the establishment, politics, too controversial. With The Who, it was more than just hope I die before I get old. I marked them as happy warriors in the generational battle in the 60s. The sheer volume that they preferred to play and leaving every stage they played on looking as if a bomb had gone off, and one actually did. Keith Moon used to put explosives in one of his two bass drums to blow up during Pete Townshend's guitar smashing at the end of every performance. But he put too much, like several times the normal amount, into his drum kit. When it went off, it rocked the set with a cloud of white smoke engulfing Townshend and Roger Daltrey. John Entwistle never lost his cool. Daltrey practically flew downstage when Townshend emerged from the smoke. His hair was on fire, blown off to one side. The incredible explosion, rumored to have caused Pete Townshend's eventual near-deafness. Credit for that should probably go instead to The Who's pioneering use of stacked Marshall amplifiers as a means of achieving maximum volume during their live performances. The Who went out with a bang on the Tommy Smothers, Dick Smothers show. Anyway, 440. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, goodness sakes. All right, let's see, where are we here? Jeez. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? We'll talk some more about I talked some more about the Charlie Kirk stuff and the responses to it and stuff like that. But if you don't mind, I got this. In fact, where did I put it? Was it a phone? Yeah, a phone thing. I got a message from the guy named Steve Studstill. Steve is the guy who is the motorcycle master mechanic who rebuilt my chopper that you donators were generously kind enough to chip in as a secret surprise for my birthday to get my chopper repaired because it had been dead for 6 or 7 years. And Steve Studstill was the guy. This is Kevin from Delta and my daughter Jennifer, all these people and all you guys who helped out. Flounder, everybody was in there. Steve Studstill sent me this, and he's younger than I am, but he's a senior guy. He's a grown-up. And he sent this about people understanding 6 simple things in life. He says these should all be recognized by the age of 40. Most never realize number 6 until they're in their 60s. Here they are, very quick. Number 1, life is 100% much better when no one knows anything about you. 2, never take advice from someone who is not where you want to be in life. Number 3, everyone will show you who they really are. Just give them time. Number 4, be smart enough to create your own opportunities in life. Don't wait for something to come to you. Number 5, the secret of happiness is freedom. The secret of freedom is courage. In life, you must take action to experience freedom. Number 6, you will always have some sort of conflict going on in your life. You must learn to enjoy life while still solving the problems. There's beauty in everything we experience. You just need to adjust your perception. If you've read everything above, then you are part of the 1% who finishes things they start. You can change everything in your life. Anyway, Steve Studstill, the master mechanic. And some words of wisdom. Just a little fun here. All right, 442, can repeat and flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. One more thing. Can I do one more quick thing? Driving home last night, 2 different things. Going through the neighborhood or the golf course community where I got hit yesterday. I noticed I've noticed a lot of this lately. There was a young girl, I don't know, 14, 15 years old, walking the dog on a leash, and she had her head buried in her phone. She wasn't looking where the dog or she was going, and she wasn't like on the road, so it wasn't like a dangerous thing. But again, as far as I could see her, the whole time I was strolling down that road, she never looked anywhere except into her phone, on her phone, walking the dog. Okay, I'm glad she walked the dog, but still, if this is a habit you should try to break. The other reason this is important, because the second thing that happened when I drove home last night in the neighborhood, a woman on her, looking at her phone, in her phone, walking her dog with one of those long leashes that collapses and goes into a little roll-up thing, And so she's walking her dog in, looking at her phone, not looking at anything else, not on the sidewalk, on the side of the road. And the dog starts walking toward my car while I'm driving. I'm going right there, and the dog starts moseying because the leash expands. She wasn't paying attention. She was on her phone. And the leash expands, and the dog would have run over him. So I finally just stopped my car and just stood there looking at her, and eventually she went, and leashed in her freaking dog. I mean, and it's not, I don't want to say it's just ladies or girls, but that's dangerous for one thing. You can't do that if you're out in public, even in your neighborhood, one thing, but still, it's just a bad habit. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm thinking about taking care of people right now, but it really, I've seen it a lot, and it's freaking risky and dangerous, and you got to stop the habit. And plus, get off your freaking phone. Me too, All right, here we go, 444. The Cleveland fire chief. Well, he's still getting his money. He's on paid administrative.
Cleveland where?
Yeah,
there's several Clevelands.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland, freaking Ohio. And he made a post where he featured a cartoon showing elephants worshiping a golden rifle, and one elephant declares, "Bring out the next sacrifice," about Charlie Kirk. Well, the post appeared on his personal Facebook page, and the city says the post romanticizes gun violence, a matter far too serious in a city where we mourn too many families every week, too many lives cut short, too many children denied safe sleep in their beds. This was by the mayor. He said, I believe in free speech. The First Amendment protects every individual's right to express opinions, even unpopular, provocative, or difficult to hear. But with rights come responsibilities, especially those who hold positions of public trust and leadership. A public safety leader is not just another citizen. They are a standard bearer for what the city of Cleveland stands for, what we teach our children. So this is the point. You're not being arrested or punished because you spoke something. You're being arrested or punished if you incite violence, or in fact, this fire chief was way out of line, and I don't want to work with people like him. And if you're my doctor and you think it's okay to assassinate Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump, I don't want you for my doctor. So I have the right to punish you in my own. Not that you should be arrested. You can speak all you want. I don't care if you're arrested or not, but I have the right to say screw you. And this mayor of Cleveland did the right thing, saying you have the right to say it, but you're wrong to say it, and you're out.
There's no right to no consequences.
Yeah, right. If you're protesting and you just get your way and nobody does anything, then you're just a spoiled brat. You're like with mommy at the store to buy you a candy bar. Okay. Oh, well, that was some protest. A protest means you have to sacrifice something. And if it didn't cost you, then it wasn't a protest, and you didn't have to give anything for it. You're just a crybaby. You got what you wanted. Spoiled brat. Freaking Democrats, man. God, they think this is okay? A fire chief? A fire chief.
Fire.
446. Man.
What it is to me, Pastor, as I look at this, and I'm just trying to process it, is it ultimately
Wherever you are in Georgia, you can stream Extra 106.3 and crystal clear digital with the all-new Extra 106.3 app. Get Extra's live on-air stream in real time, or go back and listen to all your favorite shows, Neil Bortz, or original podcasts, no matter where you go. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. Can I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement. Our president has a backbone. Thank you, President Trump, for standing up for the American people. We sleep better knowing our country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time to visit Atlanta Safe House and see what a real safe looks like. But wait, there's more. Now through the end of the month, save hundreds of dollars on all Browning, Fort Knox safes and vault doors. Drop by one of our locations or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog, and our back backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Fall is here, football is back, and so is the perfect time to celebrate with something unforgettable. From September 15th through the 21st, enjoy up to 60% off all bridal and fine jewelry in store during our big Percentage Week sale. As proud partners of the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, we know what it means to shine on game day and every day. But hurry, once an item is gone, it's gone. Visit any of our 3 locations, Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg, or book your private appointment now at SolomonBrothers.com for the best selection and service. Family owned, trusted for generations, and home to Georgia's largest selection of fine jewelry. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, luxury, value, legacy. We will run out of the hottest items. Do book your appointment early and don't miss the Percentage Week, September 15th through 21st only. Solomon Brothers, where Georgia celebrates luxury, value, and legacy.
Here we go. And now, really big shoe, Ed Sullivan. They were bad boys. It was 1967. Yeah, what are you going to say? Oh, no, you're not supposed to say. Oh, there you go. Oh, my. Yeah, Jim Morrison and the Doors on the Ed Sullivan Show. On this day in 1967, Ed Sullivan's censors requested they change the lyrics of Light My Fire from Girl We Couldn't Get Much Higher to Girl We Couldn't Get Much Better because of the reference to drugs, higher. The band agreed, said, sure, we'll change it for you. And then they sang the damn thing like they wanted original lyrics anyway, to which Ed Sullivan banned them from ever being on the show again, ever. And Morrison said, hey, man, we just did the Ed Sullivan Show. Cool. So, and I think actually, did he have him back? I think as it turned out, I think he did invite him back or allow.
Oh, he brought the Stones back after they
that's right, did the same
mad
thing.
at him.
Yeah, anyway. So that's where to go. All right, let's see. Oh, hold on a second. I got a little thing in history here. And I forgot which one is going to do it. Wait, I got it right here. Oh, here we go. I'm doing like a TV history stuff here today, just for some reason. I thought it'd be kind of interesting. On this day in 1968, I remember this too very well. The groundbreaking TV show Julia debuts on NBC in 1968, making Diane Carroll the first black woman to star in a TV series since a show called Beulah in the 50s, which wasn't much of a show. This was the first time before mass media that a black woman starred in a TV series in which she wasn't some kind of a domestic maid or housekeeper. Diane Carroll played a nurse whose husband had been killed in Vietnam. September 1968. Which is, that was quite a year, all right. Anyway, what a groundbreaking thing for Diane Carroll. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. More students getting expelled for things. And again, if you're protesting, I think that the mayor of Cleveland made a very good point. You can say whatever you want. However, you also have to take responsibility for it. And if you say things that offend people, and not everything should offend everybody, and you don't have a right to never be offended in your life. However, if you are offended, you have a right to react to it because you're a human being. And so if you say, go around, if you come up to me and you say how much you appreciate the fact that Charlie Kirk got murdered and you wish people could murder more people like him, we're going to have a problem. I'm not going to want to be around you or like you or anything else. So that's I can discriminate against you because you're a scumbag and a danger to America. But it's not against the law. And again, that was the point. And all if students getting kicked out, so what? I mean, you're asking for it, and because you're saying bad things doesn't mean you have to. If you're not taking care of what the rules and regulations are where you are situated, then you're breaking the rules, and there you go. A kid, Texas State University. Did you see this? In fact, this guy, my God. He showed there was a male student with a backpack cursing at the crowd at Texas State University at a rally for Charlie. And he said, "Hi, my name is Charlie Kirk." And then he stood in front of the statue with his backpack, pretending he was shot. Pretending he was shot in the neck, falling to the ground, mocking the death of Charlie Kirk. And he said, "Hey, Texas State, this conduct is not accepted at our schools," said Governor Greg Abbott, and said, "Expel this student immediately. Mocking assassination must have consequences." So they kicked him out. The president of Texas State University, Kelly Damfuzzi, confirmed he was identified, and she said, excuse me, I don't know if that's a boy or girl. The superintendent said, "I will not tolerate behavior that mocks, trivializes, or promotes violence on our campuses. It is antithetical to our values at Texas State." He is no longer a student. And by the way, federal law says we can't talk more about individual student conduct. But he said the kid's gone. And again, tough. "Oh, you kicked me out." Well, you deserved it. You can't, take responsibility, and then it's on you. Do what you want, but take. And by the way, I got a quick thing, Howard. A kid went to Georgia State. I got it here on my phone. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Take me just 1 second. Oh, I got it right here. I'm going to Flounder's This Funny coming up here in about 30 seconds here. Hold on, Flounder. I got it right here. It was at Georgia State. Well, now I can't find it. No, I can't. I swear to God. Here we go. A guy named Higby set up a booth at Georgia State University this week. Sign said, "Nobody should be killed for their opinions. R.I.P. Charlie. Let's debate. Left is violent. Let's debate." The next day, they put a Kirk sign up, and a new one said, "Men cannot be women. Let's talk." What happened was some people said, "That's nice," and other people called him names, and we're glad that Charlie Kirk was killed. Happy he was killed. He deserved it. They mocked him, pretending him shoot himself in the neck. And this guy said it was pretty sad to know that happened. At one point, a guy came up and took his hat as the crowd cheered, and then said the protesters took away their microphones and jumped on their table and demanded they leave the Georgia State campus. So that was one of the reactions locally here in town to Charlie Kirk. It's everywhere, my friends. 4:57. Flounder, a little Flounder's Funny, perhaps. Here we go.
I got invited to an all-white church for the first time about a week ago. As a black person from the South, it was such a treat. Ain't nothing worse than hearing your favorite gospel song, but ain't no seasoning on it. It is a gluten-free Jesus. It is uncomfortable. It's a White Claw Savior. You can taste the granola in it. It was so awkward hearing my favorite song. It was like, "I am friends with God. I am friends with God. I am friends with God. He calls me friend." I'm like, whoa, what is a friend? BFF with Jesus, yeah. I'm like, what is happening right now? All the songs ended like this, friend. I'm like, you gonna serve them to me? Friend.
Who's that, Flounder?
He goes by Ron G.
I love it. And by the way, I remember I've mentioned this some time ago. When I first came to Atlanta, my wife and I went to our first Southern Baptist church service with Tony and his wife, our across the aisle neighbors at our apartment complex right up in Roswell. A little church right just north of the river in Roswell. We first time with Southern Baptist church service, and son of a gun, if our friend Tony didn't all of a sudden get up out of the pew, walk to the front, and collapse on the ground sobbing as he just got saved. And I thought, holy moly. And the girl playing the organ, she about 14 years old, a babysitter. We knew her, she was a babysitter. And she's playing the organ, and she's bawling like crazy. The crowd's bawling. And I'm going, oh, my God. I had no idea. First church service, and this saving happened right there in front of us. What a remarkable experience. I mean, wow.
Coming from New England, you're looking for the charcuterie board,
the Puritans, the Petersons from the, Swedish stock from the...
Where's the cheese?
Oh, man, I thought, wow, what an event. Anyway, really cool, really cool. God bless America. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. We got Holy Grab of Sports, we got tweets, we got a game, we got it all the sound. We're going to do it all starting at 5 o'clock here in a few seconds with Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Hump Day, look out.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 1063.
A day of pageantry for the president. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump and the First Lady being treated to a state dinner at Windsor Castle after spending the day with King Charles.
We have celebrated together, mourned together, and stood together in the best and worst of times.
The king and his toast also noting next year's 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. President Trump says the term special relationship doesn't do it justice, calling the bond of kinship, and identity between the two nations irreplaceable and unbreakable.
On behalf of all Americans, I offer a toast to one of the great friendships, to two great countries, and to His Majesty King Charles III, a very, very special man and also a very, very special queen.
The president calling the historic second state visit one of the highest honors of his life. Tomorrow, he'll turn to politics in a meeting with Britain's prime minister. The vice president visiting Michigan.
It's great to be here in the great state of Michigan.
At a metal stamping facility in Howell, northwest of Ann Arbor, Vice President J.D. Vance talking up the administration's tax cuts for working families and American businesses. Tax cuts on Social Security, overtime, and tips. He says putting more money in people's pockets.
That is what we promised to do, and that is what we're doing every single day.
The DNC in a statement say the vice president is doubling down on a disastrous economic agenda.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. Vance also condemning political violence and urging young people to continue Charlie Kirk's work. Just getting word of a shooting involving police in southern Pennsylvania near the Maryland border. At least 2 people seriously injured with a shelter-in-place order issued as a precaution in one local school district. No confirmation yet on what happened. There are reports of officers injured and the Pennsylvania governor heading to the scene. America is listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're great at protecting your data, but lots of places could still expose you to identity theft. If that happens, LifeLock gives you the U.S.-based restoration agent who will stick by your side from start to finish. Phone calls, filing documentation, preparing insurance claims. Your agent handles it all. In fact, they're so confident restoration is guaranteed or your money back. It's nice to have an expert like that on your side. Save up to 40% off your first year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg. Ready on your dog target. Help, help, road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder and you. 503 on 106.3. The FOM of Atlanta, WFOM, the only news talk radio station in Atlanta that doesn't really suck. How's it going? Here's the number. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And here we go. We're going to play a bunch of stuff. We got things coming up. Holy crap, it's sports. We got Twitch. We got a game. Goodness sakes, we got a billion things to come up here, and including all the latest newsy stuff. They cut the interest rates a little bit. Big deal. A little late now. Clankhead. I mean, get back to normal. We got a lot of stuff coming up here today, including the Charlie Kirk stuff. And even I want to start with one little thing that I think it got covered last night on Fox pretty well. I don't know whether the mainstream media covers. Shame on me. I don't watch mainstream media. I don't watch the normal network newscasts anymore. But this story is one more indication, and again, I told you I'm real biased about this. Every time we come across a news story of major significance showing what that last administration had done to this country, I'm going to talk about it. And this, God bless Chuck Grassley, who's 92 years old today, by the way, Senate Judiciary Committee chairman. He has now come out with an investigation to show what the FBI under Christopher Wray, the disgrace of Atlanta, did under his leadership, launched an investigation they called Arctic Frost. Arctic Frost was a phony investigation to malign GOP groups and people, including Turning Point USA under Charlie Kirk. He said some of the examples of the way the groups were by Christopher Wray he sought to place them under political investigation. The Republican National Committee was investigated by Christopher Wray, attorneys general of Republican states, Trump political groups, and Charlie Kirk's group, Turning Point USA. Almost 100 different Republican groups and people investigated by the FBI under Christopher Wray of Atlanta. The obvious Russian agent who lied under oath about the Hunter Biden laptop, who lied everything else about the January 6th, lied about the phony suitcase bombs. I think he planted them himself. I think Christopher Wray went down there and did those fake suitcase bombs and then denied all knowledge of it while he was shredding freaking documents at a secret hideaway, probably in the Virgin Islands or Costa Rica or someplace. That's my guess. He might be over in his summer hideaway in Moscow, but at this point, there's no comment from him now. But once again, he got caught doing all this crap. And here's the... I'm sorry, I'm going to stop screaming. I'll try to stop screaming. Here's the point. At least 92 Republican-linked entities, close to 100, and the case of all these phony investigations was handed over to special counsel Jack Smith. Jack Smith was a guy who went to federally charge Donald Trump with unlawfully hoarding national security documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate and seeking to overturn the 2020 election. This is the same FBI under Christopher Wray and Jack Smith that did those phony staging document pictures to show as though Donald Trump was showing all his friends at parties all his secret documents. That was a crock. That was fake. The FBI did it. The FBI did it to make you think that Donald Trump was having fun with all these documents. Unlike Joe Biden, who had his secret documents, which he did not have a security clearance for because he was vice president and could not have declassified them, by his Corvette in his garage. All right. The investigation pursued lines of inquiry about false election fraud claims. They were making up stuff to investigate Republican activists. That sent Jack Smith in to go to Mar-a-Lago, where the FBI agents with their helicopter gunships and their gunboats and their agents with their filthy, dirty, stinky, kinky fingers fingering Melania Trump's underpants and faking photo documents. And, of course, Jack Smith got skanked for it. He's been thrown off the case. The whole thing's been thrown out and everything else. And it was all done. And now, once again, this is the Biden people and Christopher Wray to go get Donald Trump politically, turning the Department of Justice and FBI into a political hit team to go get Republicans. And it was done because of Christopher Wray and the Democrats, starting with Barack Hussein Putitat. And now, to make it even worse, and again, remember, they were claiming all along that they were going after parents who go to school board meetings and were upset about things being taught in school, and they were called domestic terrorists. Remember that? Remember, the FBI went to the education department. The education department said, "Hey, we want you at the FBI to say that these meetings are dangerous because there could be domestic terrorists in there, and we need to clamp down." So the FBI said, "Yes, these people going to these meetings are an example of domestic terrorism in America today." The fact of the matter is, documents like this and Chuck Grassley stuff today document the fact that the danger of domestic terrorism is from the left, from the Democrats. You know, the same people who killed Charlie Kirk, the same people who shot Donald Trump. The domestic terrorists are Democrats. And yet today, last night, Barack Hussein Putitat, the most hate-filled, racist, divisive president we've ever had, says he believes the country's facing a rise in political violence and accused Donald Trump and members of the administration of fueling it. And here's, I'm making this up. After what we just said about what they did with Christopher Wray and Putty Tat was behind all this stuff, the phony Steele account and everything, that was Putty Tat started the whole thing. Okay, here we go. He said, this is Putty Tat speaking now. He said, I'll say this. Those extreme views were not in my White House. I wasn't empowering them. I wasn't putting the weight of the United States government behind them. Oh, my God. It was your DOJ and the FBI who went to Facebook and said, hey, how do you like that little wife of yours? It'd be a shame if something happened to her crossing the street tonight. Oh, by the way, anything that comes out of the Hunter Biden laptop is fake and you shouldn't talk about it. Okay, thank you for the points, Mr. FBI agent. You dirty, rotten scumbag. And Biden's blaming Donald Trump. He did the whole thing for 4 years. Hell, 12 years. Oh, my God. I mean, I hate this man. I hate him. He's a scumbag. And he said, I mean, this is outrageous. And Putty Tat says, I hear our current president and his aides have a history of calling political opponents vermin, enemies, and need to be targeted. Oh, you mean like a bucket of deplorables? You mean like Joe Biden using the United States freaking Marines in dress blues before the fires of hell on 9/11 and America's birthday to say that half the country is a danger to our society and that I, among others, am a danger to America. Kim Peterson, and former and always United States Marine, is a danger to America. And Putty Tat says it's Trump who's been using the bad words. Oh, my God. Every word that comes out of their stinking mouths was about how half the American people are trying to destroy this country. I mean, God, I'm just so upset about this.
Who listens to Barack Obama, even on the left? Do they really line up to hear what Barack Obama has to say about anything, especially after that last election when he got behind Kamala and we're telling black men that you need gay friends to teach you things?
Every black guy should have a gay guy to teach you how to be a man or something. Here's this freaking switch hitter who's in love with a tranny, and he's talking about, American men. Good Lord. Let's do a quick soundbite here, Fonda. Let's do this from earlier today. Kash Patel, Eric Swalwell. He's the guy who got honey trap potted from that Chinese hooker spy. And Eric Swalwell has the balls to try to complain about what Kash Patel is doing. Cut number 3, Flounder. Kash Patel set him right in a congressional hearing today about how the FBI is finally cracking down on crime. Number 3, if you will.
20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so
the question
they
again.
failed to meet the muster of constitutional obligation.
I will work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career in Congress.
I'm my time,
It has been a disgrace to the American people. You can reclaim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, would you recuse yourself?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, would you admonish the witness not to insult members?
He's on my side.
He's touching me.
They did this all yesterday, and I can't believe they didn't watch the news and see how ridiculous they look, like little crybabies who say, yeah, but interrupting. I mean, that's just rude and disgusting and disgraceful. And the only reason is to try to make, call them names. And I mean, they're not trying to learn anything. A congressional hearing.
It's children.
Please.
They're children in grown-up suits.
2 days in a row. I hope they do it again. You're going to do it every day. This is going to be great. We have more. If you missed, we got more coming up if you missed it, too. Holy smokes. All right, Holographic Sports. We got a game of tweets, and it's 5:13 already. And happy hump day. How you doing? Look out.
Listen to the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, Neil Bortz, and all your favorite Extra 106.3 personalities whenever you want with the all-new Extra app. It's anytime show replays, all your favorite podcasts, and the latest political news from across Georgia. Download the Extra 106.3 app now for Apple or Android.
Don't forget now, I talk about Stovall and Company, Paul and the boys, 11 locations, latest one up there in Canton. The wholesale landscaping supply, folks. Don't forget, if you need things even like concrete, you're building an outdoor kitchen or fireplace or something like that, Stovall and Company, wholesale supply stuff. And as a family business, been doing this for 75 years. If you tell them you need it right now, look out your window. It's probably out in the driveway. I'm sure it seems like that because they just do the right thing, including, they, of course, they have plants and trees and shrubs and irrigation systems and the whole whole deal for you builders and contractors. And if you need something they don't have, they can tell you where else to get it, even if they lose the sale. What a company. StovallInc.com.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. When it comes to tackling every job on your property, you need a true all-star, Ventrac. This machine runs the full playbook with over 30 game-changing attachments. That includes mowing, leaf cleanup, trenching, edging, brush cutting, and so many more. No matter the season, no matter the challenge, Ventrac is ready to win. Find these incredible machines at Howard Brothers or head to howardbrothers.com and reach out to their experienced Ventrac team today. Howard Brothers, serving you since 1955.
September is Fan Appreciation Month at Truist Park, and you don't want to miss out on the fun coming up. The Washington Nationals battle your Braves September 22nd through the 24th, presented by OnX Hunt. On September 22nd, the first 15,000 fans in attendance will receive a Ronald Acuna Jr. red carpet bobblehead presented by Truist. And then on September 23rd, it's Los Bravos Night, powered by Georgia Power. Make sure to arrive early to enjoy a live salsa band and dancing, an on-field presentation recognizing Hispanic players and coaches, and so much more fun. Tickets start at just $7. And the 2025 regular season concludes with the Pittsburgh Pirates in town, September 26th through the 28th. The weekend includes a Kids Club Appreciation Party on Sunday, featuring free face painting, special appearances, and so much more. Visit Braves.com/promos to find all the details and to purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball, we are Braves country.
The older I get, the more I think about trust. I think about the people in my life who have my trust and earned my trust, and the trust that I have placed in some people who I later learned abused that trust. I know we're alike in that way. We don't trust a lot of people anymore. It's like we're all Ronald Reagan, trust but always verify to make sure we're not making a mistake. I find it a little exhausting, quite honestly, and that's why I started realestateagentsitrust.com. I didn't have good experiences with buying and selling my homes. So we built Real Estate Agents I Trust to introduce you to one of the thousands of agents all over the country that we work with, that we have verified that they will help you have the most successful and good real estate transaction possible. Our network agents share our sensibilities, have great track records, are good and decent people, and I trust them to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're moving across town or across the country, visit realestateagentsitrust.com. The name says it all, realestateagentsitrust.com.
Oh, hey, everybody. 1787, the Constitution was signed by the convention people in Philadelphia. The Declaration of Independence, 1776, but it wasn't until 1787 we had the Constitution. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis for RBM of Atlanta, right here.
I got the biggest rabbit outside my window staring at me right now.
Really? Got a picture? Yeah. Bring him in. Let him in.
I'll send you a picture.
Cool.
I will. Braves going for the sweep of a 4-game series in Washington, D.C. right now. Hurston Waldrop started the game, and right now, I knew that was bad luck. It was scoreless going in the bottom of the 5th, and then I switched over to a new way of looking at it, and now it's 1-0 Washington. I knew that was bad luck. I'm going to go back right now.
All right. Well, this is what, the makeup game from, was it yesterday, rained out doubleheader? I guess they never got it in.
What are you talking about? They played a doubleheader and the Braves swept it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We won both games yesterday.
Well, I didn't see it. They rained out and then I lost it.
The season started back in March.
I don't remember. Was it baseball? I can't remember.
Bravos took both ends of the doubleheader. As I just said, Chris Sale pitching 8 scoreless innings last night. Then the Braves bats woke up for 5 runs in the top of the 10th to win 5-0. Ronald Acuna Jr. saved the game in the bottom of the 9th. The great catch up against the right field wall. Beautiful. It really is nice. Orioles TV analyst Brian Roberts backpedaling after insulting the entire nation of Canada.
Yes.
Or did he?
No.
During the Baltimore game in Toronto, the Blue Jays fans booed when the O's pitcher tried a pickoff throw to first base. Roberts questioned why all fans booed this move. They went further by saying Canadians know more about hockey than they do about baseball. So, is that an insult, or is he right?
Hell no. Of course he's correct, but they'd probably upset him. But of course he's correct.
Is he right?
Yes, he is right.
Yes. He is. I believe he is right. You're correct.
Absolutely.
The big dumper is an ass. I mean, class by himself now after last night. During a game in Kansas City, the Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh slammed home runs number 55 and 56. Wow. The 55th long ball passed Mickey Mantle for the most homers in one season by a switch hitter. The Mick set that record the year I was born. Wow. Home run number 56 tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the most ever hit by a Seattle player. Jr. did it 2 years in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's something, this guy. I don't even know where he came from. All of a sudden, he's just a powerhouse. Yeah.
He came out of Seattle. Last night, Dodgers pitcher Shohei Ohtani and slugger Shohei Ohtani both had a no-hitter and 50th home run in the game against the Phillies. That's when L.A. manager Dave Roberts pulled Ohtani in the fifth inning with a 4-0 lead.
No hitter, yeah.
The Dodgers lost the game 9-6.
Although I did read that he said, we have a pitch thing because we don't want to blow his seat. I mean, his arms and 55 or whatever it is, we bring him out. And he said, and Dave Roberts, to his credit, said, the rest of the team has to do their job. But if they didn't do their job, we lose the game. It wasn't his fault that he pulled them out. The team has to work, has to do the job. So anyway, that was pretty cool.
Looks like Falcons cornerback A.J. Terrell will likely not play in Carolina Sunday due to the hamstring injury he got last week in Minnesota. A.J. listed as week to week. Along with him, edge rusher James Pierce Jr., tight end Charlie Warner, and wide receiver Jamal Agnew did not participate in practice today. By the way, Sunday night's Falcons-Vikings game averaged nearly 22 million viewers on NBC and Peacock. That's the most watched week to Sunday night football game in 9 years.
Wow.
And I believe the rematch of those quarterbacks Michael Penix Jr. and J.J. McCarthy from the national championship game was probably a pretty big draw for that.
I'll bet it was.
Yeah. The Army-Navy game will be honored as the recipient of this year's National Football Foundation's Distinguished American Award. The award recognizes an outstanding person or entity who has maintained a lifetime of interest in the game and over a long period of time has exhibited enviable leadership qualities and made a significant contribution to the betterment of amateur football in the United States.
Excellent.
Amateur football.
Yeah.
The Army-Navy game was first played in 1890 and remains one of college football's oldest and most storied rivalries. Navy leads the series 63-55-7, and Baltimore will host the Brigade of Midshipmen and Corps of Cadets this year. Played the second Saturday of December, unopposed by any college or NFL game, FBS level, but that may change in the near future. We'll see. Yeah. Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney is handling his 1-2 start and getting upset by Georgia Tech on a last-second field goal Saturday very well.
Is he? Well, that sounds about right, him.
Or
yeah.
At his news conference, Dabo said, and I quote, "Hey, listen, if Clemson's tired of winning, they can send me on my way. But I'm going to go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach. Hell, I'm 55. I got a long way to go. Y'all are going to have to deal with me for a while," end quote.
Wow. What's up, I wonder?
Shots fired at Clemson there.
Here we go. Try me.
Dabo continued, "All we've done is win. We've won this league 8 of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking, is that good? To win your league 8 out of 10 years? To go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years? Be in 4 national championships? Win it twice? Yeah, we're a little down right now. Take your shots. I got a long memory. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back."
Well, okie dokie.
And he's right.
Yeah.
But he's being obstinate about changing with the times, relying too much on developing players, which is great, but not enough on getting the talented transfers like everybody else is doing in college football. Dabo has to compromise on this or he's going to be somewhere else.
Well, it's a new game. I mean, the NIL business, everything's different.
I like he's taking a stand, but it ain't working at the moment.
Yeah, you better get with it.
And that Kate Klubnik, everyone jumped on that bandwagon early. I've been saying for 2 years, this guy is not going to be a pro quarter. He's not that good. He's not that good. Looks like Bill Belichick's gold digger, Jordan Hudson, was supposed to go on the TV show Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Until she demanded too much control.
Oh, gee, how unusual. I can't believe it. Golly, I was
Where have I heard that before? This Saturday's game between Southern Methodist and Texas Christian will be the 104th edition of the Iron Skillet rivalry.
Wow.
And the last.
Oh, no.
At least for a while.
Really? What happened?
College football. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
You're killing the goose that lays the golden egg. What are you doing with these rivalries? Kansas, Missouri's getting back. West Virginia, Pitt, it went to overtime. It was great. College football has to have rivalries. You can't do this.
It's if they get all professional, just doing everything for money and league changes, and people going to 5 different schools in their college careers, and I mean, it's just. Anyway,
I know you watch a game, and every player they talk about, they say a transfer from there, a transfer from this, and it used to be very rare when you heard that.
Yeah.
Now it's 3 out of every 4 players, and it's going to be like college basketball. The only thing that saves them is they can't go in the NFL as quick as they can in the NBA because they're not physically able to do that.
Right.
But we'll see on this. I mean, they're killing the game. By the way, Southern Methodist and Texas Christian, what are their mascots? What are their names?
Oh, boy. Well, you did a whole book on mascots of Southern Georgia football.
Just give me their names.
Roscoe the armadillo and Benny the squirrel. I'm sure was what?
They're the Mustangs and the Horned Frogs.
Oh, the Horned Frog. I knew that. And the Mustangs, I knew that. SMU. I knew that. Ride horses and everything.
Spain is threatening to boycott the World Cup next year here in the United States if Israel qualifies to play.
Oh, for God's sakes.
To which I have a message for you. Adios, muchachos. No te echaré.
See you around. What is this all? Is this all what they favor Gaza Strip, the Hamas or something with Spain all of a sudden?
Policy. Like that Javier Bardem had that snot rag that the Palestinians wear around their
Good
thing.
Lord.
The November 14th showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, no relation, has been moved from State Farm Arena in Atlanta to Miami. Both the city and promoters are pointing fingers at each other for why it's no longer here, but that's a lot of money that's gone.
Wow.
So either the state or the city angered somebody, or they did it. I don't know.
Mercy.
On this day in sports history, September 17th, 1928, a notorious ninth inning for Boston Braves reliever Ray Boggs. He hit 3 batters, walked 2 batters, and tossed a wild pitch. For what Jay has in the box, how many runs did the Cubs score after 3 hit batters, 2 walks, and a wild pitch?
2 runs.
Lower.
Well, 1 run?
One run.
I was joking. I figured I'd be 12.
But they did win the game 15-5.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
1998, Denny Nagle. I can't do
remember
the train
Denny
whistle
Nagle.
like Denny
did the train whistle.
I can't do it.
Or something.
Tossed 6 scoreless innings. The Braves beat Arizona 1-0. Nagle picked up his 15th win of the season. He joined John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, and Kevin Millwood, all to have at least 15 wins. The last team to have 5 15-game winners was the 1930 Washington Senators.
Wow. I was going to say 29 Yankees or something. Good grief.
Still boggles the mind that the team lost to Sterling Hitchcock and the Padres in the playoffs. That may have been one of the top 2 teams the Braves had, and they just blew it in the...
Yeah.
What was it? The Danny Bautista playing left field in Game 7, one of those things? I think it was him.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know. 1999, Cal Ripken Jr. calls the Orioles and says, hey, I'm delayed in traffic. You know how it can be, you know? You can be, the Beltway.
Happens all the time. Absolutely.
Yeah. Says, I'll be there in 10 minutes. GM Frank Wren ordered the plane take off without Ripken, who was forced to make his own travel arrangements. Frank Wren will be fired at the end of the season. Then he will be hired by the Braves and fired at the end of 2014. The Braves never making it back to the World Series.
Yeah, I remembered that name, and I said, was he a Brave? And I just, when you said that, I remember it didn't last long.
Not a pleasant fellow, it seems, during that time. And right now, Braves are down 3-0. It looks like they're going to have a hard time getting it. They may win 3 out of 4. I mean, come on.
Well, that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
We got that going for us.
Yes, we do, which is nice. Our birthday list includes Phil Jackson, the Zen master and retired Lakers coach. Phil Jackson is 80 today.
Bulls coach, too.
Yeah. That's right. Patrick, well, hell, we should have mentioned that first. Patrick Mahomes is 30 today. Alex Ovechkin, the hockey star, 40. And Jimmy Johnson, the race car star. Jimmy Johnson's 50 years old today. And on this day in history, in 2004, the giant-headed Barry Bonds of the San Francisco Giants hits his 700th home run in 2004, joining Babe Ruth at 714 and Hank Aaron at 755 as the only players to reach 700 home runs.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
He is not the home run king.
No,
never will be.
I will never consider him the home run king.
Mark McGwire, Sosa did not pass.
That's right.
Roger Maris.
That's right.
It's all bull crap.
That's right. And I hope everybody knows it. And, just for the record, because, what's fair is fair. So there you are. Anyway, 528, can repeat and flounder. 404-741-1230, 404-741-1230. Sorry. And again, if
you got it there, buddy? You need a breather?
I don't know. I want to give another plug to
numbers are your friends.
No, they're not my friend anymore. My head just doesn't work that way. A salute to the Cobb County people. Yesterday, when I got hit by the car, I just want to give a little shout out. I had never experienced this before. Of course, I don't call the cops a lot, but when the guy hit me, we pulled over. I called 911, and the officer came, and he was real professional, and everything was fine. He just boom, bam, nothing to it, did what's supposed to be done. And then a few minutes after I left, in fact, I think the first text came while I was still there before I left, a text from Cobb County. And it was a survey question saying, would you please answer our survey? How would you rate the service of the 911 operator? Mm-hmm. And I gave her a 5 out of 5. She was great. But I thought, holy cow. I mean, it was like 3 minutes. And they asked me how she did, or the person did. It was a woman. And then shortly after that, I got another text from Cobb County. And it said, on a rating of 0 to 5, or 1 to 5, how would you rate the professionalism of the police officer who showed up to answer the call? And I thought, he was great. He looked like a cage fighter, but he was great. It was professional, but I mean, what a thing! I don't know if all the counties do this. Cobb County,
that's
filled
nice.
with a bunch. Yeah, it was great. I'm saluting him for seeing how they did, but checking on them too. I was impressed.
Without saying where it is and when it is.
Yeah.
Did you see that the Christmas party for everybody?
I did. Yeah.
So mark it on your calendar. You're going.
No,
buddy.
no, I don't go to those.
It's a steakhouse. It's gonna be nice.
But I'm not. People don't want old. Honestly, they don't want old. They don't want old guys messing up the party. I'm telling you, old people don't
messing
belong.
up. We just stand around, talk, and eat.
People don't like old people hanging around parties.
If you bring some of your cookies, maybe they'll be your friend.
I don't know if the restaurant would like him, Brent, showing up with his cookies.
Probably a bag of my peanut butter on things. Anyway, at 5:31, give her peanut butter.
I texted you guys. We got some really good J.D. Vance audio coming up.
Oh, great. Let's go. Oh, excellent. Well done. Well, here we go. Right till 6.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Extra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Extra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Got a to-do list a mile long? No problem. We've got the ultimate solution, our Handyman for a Day program. Here's how it works. You get a skilled handyman dedicated to knocking out your honey-do list. Paint touch-ups, drywall repairs, door adjustments, and much more, all done in one day. Call us now before the rush for your Handyman for a Day and call us at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
Don't just ride apart from the crowd, travel above it. The spacious, sumptuous 7-seat GLS SUV wraps thoughtful innovations in ruggedly elegant style and refined luxury. With a long wheelbase for generous room and a smoother ride, the GLS SUV lets you live large without the bulky driving experience. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLS 450 4MATIC SUV. Just $929 per month for 36 months with $87.33 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the RBM of Atlanta's fall sales event, now through September 30th. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through September 30th, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards. So you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
True Prep is celebrating 14 years with their biggest anniversary event ever. It all happens Saturday, September 27th at their Cobb Parkway location in Marietta. You'll find massive savings on dozens of items, plus free food, local vendors, and giveaways every hour from 11 to 2. And here's the big one. They're giving 30% off all used firearms and gear for one day only on September 27th. Don't miss the party, sales, food, and 30% off savings on all used firearms. Celebrate 14 years with True Prep. Get the details at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com.
Well, the guy who hit me in my car yesterday may be getting a break. May not take him to court. We both have the same insurance company. That may help. But if there is a problem, David Van Sant is ready. David Van Sant, who does this for a living, used to work for the insurance companies. And I know how ironic. I wish I hadn't gotten hit, but I've already been whacked a couple of times. And I'm assuming I won't need him now. But if I do, I know he's at the ready because he's he's on the super lawyers list in Georgia, which is serious and real. The top 100 trials list, George, he's on that too. Whether it's a car, truck accident, things like that. He's a personal injury lawyer, so if you've been wronged, David Van Sant is your guy. And again, I don't know what the insurance companies are going to come to a thing with the thing. And as long as I get what I'm due, because it was his fault, he got a ticket and everything else. It was a nice man, and he asked if I was okay, stuff like that. But if his insurance company, which is also mine, tries to do a rippity bippity on the old Kimmer, David Van Sant to the freaking rescue, because it's complicated, and I'm not going to argue with those people. Okay, here you go. Here's the number: 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Football season is back on Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use my code ROAM and get $50 in bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Yeah, I love this fall type season here in Georgia. That means football, family time, cooler evenings out on the deck. Wait a minute. Did you know that more than 1 million decks in Atlanta metro area are not up to code? You know, codes in the counties change. Before you fire up that grill, hang those fall decorations. Ask yourself, is your deck really safe? Wobbly boards, loose railings may not seem like a big deal until somebody falls up in the bushes. That's why you need to call the only pros of the Kimmer Trust and learn all about it with Peach State for a free safety inspection. Don't trust guesswork or YouTube or somebody says, hey, I got a hammer, let me look at it for you. Wait a minute. Jeff and his crew know what to look for. They'll give you an honest opinion because they inspect every deck like it's holding up their own family. If it's time for a refresh, Peach State can help you pick the perfect look. Classic wood, low maintenance composite, maybe something built to last for generations, of course. Don't wait for a surprise step to ruin your fall plans. 770-485-8011. A free safety inspection, or look them up, peachstatewindows.com. Decks, windows, and more built with integrity, quality, and attention to detail. 770-485-8011. Call now.
Georgia newsmakers are always live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Dr. Rich McCormick, he represents Georgia's 7th congressional district.
We're at war with the cartels. We can destroy their bad guys. If you teach kids, when you buy drugs, you're supporting rapists, murderers. It will no longer be about getting high. It'll be about supporting evil people. When you get rid of the demand, you'll get rid of the problem.
Listen to the full interview now at extra1063.com or on the all-new Extra 106.3 app.
Da-dun, da-dun. Oh, Bill Haley in the comments. The comments got a little bit of a trouble here on this day in 1956. Here we go. All the lassies rock with me when rocking through the rye. That was the reason that the BBC on this day in 1956 announced that Bill Haley in the comments rocking through the lie will no longer be on the playlist at the BBC because it's disgusting and against traditional British standards. They meant that the lassies were rocking with the guys, which I guess meant some kind of an intimate thing. The record was based on an 18th century Scottish folk tune, and it was banned in the BBC, but it made number 5 on the charts anyway, so that was pretty good. Birthday list includes Rita Rudner. Rita Rudner is that comedian who's 72 today, been doing Las Vegas shows for the last 25 years, and she was pretty clever.
Yeah, she was funny.
Yeah, she was very funny. She talked about her husband a lot, and kind of family-oriented time. Cute and funny. Let's see. Coming up, we got some. I know. Flounder, are you ready? Here we go. On this day in 1961, American TV audiences heard this for the first time.
There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Cruise ships do and I know wild. Car 54, where are you?
Car 54, where are you? On NBC. Starred Fred Gwynn as Officer Francis Muldoon and Joe E. Ross as Officer Gunther Toady. Oh, I forgot there was a second chorus. There we go.
Car 54,
Anyway. All right, just for
Idlewild.
Yeah, that was the day, huh? That's 1961.
Haven't called it that in a while.
Holy smokes. All right, 540s, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. And we got,
real quick, Ed is on the horn, and he wanted to talk about Bill Haley. Bill Haley in the comments.
Hey, Ed, welcome aboard, sir. What's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Yes, sir.
Last week sometime, didn't you say something about Bill Haley and Rock Around the Clock?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You said that that was the movie that they starred in.
Yeah, Blackboard Jungle, I think, or something.
Yeah, that's it. It was Blackboard Jungle. Do you know who the two stars were? Well, there were probably a lot of them. I'll just tell you.
Vic Morrow and Sidney Poitier or something, wasn't it?
And Dorothy Malone.
Oh, I'd forgotten Dorothy. Oh, I used to love Dorothy Malone. She had that. She was gorgeous, but she had black eyebrows, if I remember, and she was blonde. And I forgot, but I thought she was hot. I had a little crush on Dorothy Malone in the 50s.
Did you watch? You watched the movie, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't she the one where she was a teacher, obviously?
Yeah.
And one of the thugs grabbed her and ripped her blouse open and showed her brassiere. Oh my God!
I believe that. Yeah, and at that time that was very racy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Spicy.
Cool. Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for the little walk down memory lane. 542. Holy smokes, we got things going on here, including a little this, a little that. Time once again for the Kimmer to embarrass himself in a losing effort with a game from Pete Davis. Right there. What do you got there, sir?
It's time once again for 3 strikes. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh, goody. This won't last long.
Basically, we're going to talk about the most and least drug-addicted cities in the state of Georgia.
Georgia city's most and least drug addicted. All right,
okay,
sir?
We're going to do least first, and you each get one chance at this one because there's one city that's the least. Flounder, what is the least drug addicted per capita city in Georgia?
Johns Creek.
No, that's good. Jones Creek, did you say, or
Johns Creek?
Yeah.
You need to have your ears checked.
No, it's not Johns Creek. Kimmer.
Woodstock.
No, it's not Woodstock. I'll give you a hint. It's known for senior citizens driving golf carts.
Oh, Peachtree City.
Peachtree City is the least drug addicted. Because we're not talking prescription drugs.
No, apparently no. The old folks.
All right, there are the five most drug addicted cities. We'll start with Flounder. You go first.
Yeah, where are we?
Atlanta.
There you go.
Atlanta is not in the top 5 per capita.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll go.
Flounder. That's Kimmer.
Marietta.
No, it is not Marietta.
Cobb County.
Flounder.
Oh, my God.
What about Conyers?
No, it is not Conyers.
All right,
They're too
Alpharetta.
poor.
Alpharetta.
Alpharetta is too. No, Alpharetta is too,
Oh, my
too busy
God.
being Alpharettans
How can
and
we not
a-holes on
guess
tennis
the
courts.
drug cities in Georgia? All the ones we know
Flounder.
are gone.
Rome?
Rome is number one.
Oh, my God. The Nassau place and the minor
it's
league baseball place.
I-75 going through there, and the meth in the mountains doesn't help. 26% of all Romans are drug addicted.
Are we talking addiction or just use? We're talking addiction in most heavily used areas.
Yeah,
Holy
drug
cow!
addiction. All right, there's 4 left. Let's see, whose turn is it? Kimmer, I believe it's your turn.
Well, how about Savannah?
No, not Savannah.
Oh my
not
God!
Savannah.
Party
Flounder?
City? Wow.
3 strikes for Kimmer. So
Yeah, well, I'm
Flounder?
going. I told you.
Let's
Always
see.
lose
You
this.
already-
Flounder, you've already won, so this is
Yeah,
just
it's
a free.
Trying to think of a city.
Got the number one. Jeez.
This is amazing.
No, I'm not going to say Roswell.
But you just did.
Yeah, I did.
No, Roswell is not
wait.
one. Number 5, Gainesville at 18%. Now, a lot of itinerant workers up in Gainesville.
Yeah.
And it's Gainesville.
Yeah.
Number 4, Valdosta, 20%
Oh,
of Valdostans are drug addicted because it's a college town,
Yeah,
too.
good point.
Number 3,
Athens?
Carrollton.
How about Athens? I didn't think of Athens. I'll be damned.
Number 3, Carrollton, which is West Georgia.
Carrollton?
It is 22% drug addicted.
What's
in
Carrollton known for? What
Rockdale?
It's a college town. It's a college town.
Oh.
No, it's not
Yeah.
Rockdale. Number 2 is close to Savannah, south there, Brunswick, because it's a port.
Navy
and it's got
stations, yeah.
It's the run from Florida up to Savannah
Yeah,
and up
that's
the
right.
East Coast.
That's right.
Brunswick, 24% of the people in Brunswick are drug addicted.
Wow. And number 1 was
Number 1's Rome, 26%.
Rome?
That's the one I got.
Holy smokes! That's very surprising.
It is. It is surprising.
Of course, the per capita is not the same
A
as
little
more
update.
people.
We got a tie ball game.
Oh, no kidding!
3-3.
3-3.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's now 4-3.
Who?
Atlanta Braves.
What inning we in? Got to be
6.
late, right?
6th inning.
6th inning.
Sixth
Okay.
inning.
All right. And where are they?
Well, now we know why, because the guy pitching for Washington, his name is Beater.
He beat her, and they sent him to Washington, D.C. piece. Anyway. Well, that's cool. All right, it's 5:46. J.D. Vance, some comments from him coming up, and more about the politics and the stuff, and the arguing with these freaking Democrats. Once again, they just try to shout down the answers they don't like. Next, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 546.
When conflicts escalate around the world, don't let the mainstream media scare you into believing their narrative. Get it right with Atlanta's only conservative voice. And trust the Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, The Kimmer Show, and our entire lineup to give it to you straight. Don't buy the fear. Just keep it here. Extra 106.3 FM and the all-new Extra app.
You've worked hard to save, and many even have a financial advisor. But is your portfolio as efficient as it can be? I'm here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement, where our listeners can get a second opinion on their retirement savings. So, Evan, tell folks the biggest benefits of getting that second look.
Well, it's clarity. It's confidence. And I had a client come in the other day, and she thought, and she is, exceptionally conservative financially. And that's the way she had told her financial advisor to investors. She thought she was paying very little in fees. We came into the full review of her portfolio. She was taking a great deal of risk, so much so that she, in a good market, was down like 15, 20%. But then the thing that really put her over the top, the thing that she had no idea is she was paying about 4.5% a year in fees. It was an outrageous kick in the teeth to her. But the good news is there are ways to fix that problem pretty quickly and get you in line with what you actually thought you had.
Second opinions obviously are important, Evan, and as is reviewing what you have in place, right? You don't want to set it and forget it. You don't want to put a retirement plan together and just think, okay, now I'm good for the future, right?
Well, the way I view retirement and retirement plans is they're living, breathing things. Because the one thing I can promise you, I can promise me, and I can promise every single person that walks in our office is life will throw you curveballs. Things will change, and we've got to adapt with them. So if we aren't having annual reviews, and as you get closer to retirement even more so, we have to adapt and build from there.
If you'd like a second opinion when it comes to your savings and investments, call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary second opinion today. That number is 678-736-7799. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Pete Davis here. Football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, passing yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. And you can start with as little as $1. I play too. This season, I'm looking at Michael Penix Jr. to go higher on touchdown projections and Drake London to go higher on receiving yards. It's simple, it's fun, and it keeps me locked into every play. Download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog, and you can be next. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I've learned a lot about this car buying process from you. Is that typical of most of the clients you've worked with?
Yeah, I'm finding out it's even more typical. I mean, people are learning more and more, and maybe it's because I overload them with information because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to make sure you know everything.
Do I have to have a particular make and model in mind when I call you, or is it just open to anything I want?
It's open. I can get any make, any year, any model.
I might be looking to trade in my vehicle. Can you accommodate that as the honest car guy?
For sure. I mean, we love it when people want to trade in cars because, honestly, it's best for you to trade in the car. Why? Because you get a tax savings.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Look out, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 5:51 already. Holy smokes on 106.3. 404-741-1230. 1230 if you want to join us, running out of time. Let's see. On this day, oh my goodness, I just lost my history thing. Well,
oh darn.
Oh darn, that's too bad. I don't care.
Damn, well, actually, the show grinds to a halt.
Actually, this is pretty. No, this is pretty interesting. So let me do it. I go. It was 1972. The TV show MASH premieres, almost canceled because of poor initial ratings. It did work eventually. The series finale, the most watched single TV episode in history to that point, seen by 125 million people. Hawkeye Pierce was based on the experiences of heister Richard Hornberger Jr. He was an Army surgeon in the Korean War, and he wrote about that in his book, MASH, a novel about 3 Army doctors. He wrote that in 1968. MASH appeared in 1972. This is amazing. The lyrics to the theme song, Suicide is Painless, was written by Robert Altman's 14-year-old son. Reportedly, Robert Altman was paid $70,000 to direct the movie version of MASH. The lyrics, though, which were used in both the movie and the TV show and took his 14-year-old son less than 5 minutes to write, earned his teenage son more than $1 million. Here are the lyrics. That suicide is painless, it brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. That game of life is hard to play, I'm going to lose it anyway. The losing card I'll someday lay, so this is all I have to say. What the fuck? I never did understand it, still don't. But the kid 14 wrote it in 5 minutes and made $1 million. More than $1 million. Good Lord. All right, here, Flounder just got some comments from J.D. Vance. Talk more about the Charlie Kirk thing and the freaking leftists trying to blame Republicans for the violence and so forth. J.D. Vance, speaking of President, Vice President of the United States, President-to-be. Flounder, if you will, sir.
Let's see, it is right here.
There we go.
You talk to the shooter's mother, you talk to the shooter's father, you talk to the local district attorney, you talk to the FBI director or the deputy director of the FBI. You look at every ounce of evidence that we have, and it is clear. This is a person who grew up in a pretty normal family, actually had a pretty good home life, who was radicalized by the far left, by the social networks of the far left, by the ideas of the far left, and got so far down the path of radicalization that he killed my friend. That is not a both sides problem. My friend is dead because of left-wing political radicalization, and if you want to cut that out, then be honest about it and look yourself in the mirror.
Vice President J.D. Vance. Once again, showing, I tell you, I love the fact Republicans start showing their backbone again, saying, we're just not going to sit here and take your crap, people. It's just not going to work. And after what Puttitat said today, trying to blame Republicans and saying that Puttitat and his administration never had any kind of tension taken over the government and no kind of, I can't even say the words. Yeah, well, I'll use a couple of them. Again, it makes my head explode. Barack Hussein Puttitat, the divider-in-chief, said, he said, Donald Trump is to blame and his administration to blame for fueling the sharp political division in this country. And Puttitat said, I'll say this, those extreme views were not in my White House. I wasn't empowering them. You dirty, rotten traitor. That's exactly what you did. Every day for 8 years. The Department of Justice, the FBI, Christopher Wray, behind the scandal going after Republicans, the Arctic Frost scandal that just got released last night and again today. And you stinking Republicans showing backbone. How about Ted Cruz? Fine, let's play cut number one here, Flounder. Ted Cruz, an idiot on CNN, Caitlin Collins, has done it again. And Ted Cruz actually had to start laughing to retain his composure when Caitlin Collins made a fool of herself. Again, cut number one here.
You said a lot there, and we don't have a motive yet. We don't know yet. We're waiting. Obviously, we've heard what the governor's had to say, what the FBI director said today.
Come on, we don't have a motive yet.
We know.
We don't have a motive yet.
What's
really?
happening with
really? That's CNN position. He just happened to fire the gun in celebration. You can't tell the motive.
Senator.
I mean, my God. I mean, seriously. Every day they're releasing more information, more evidence. His parents said, well, he turned all this nasty stuff about a year ago. His furry woodchuck dressing furry lover guy and all the evidence and his own notes, his own texting. He said, I've got a chance to kill him and I'm going to do it. Oh, God.
What? As Bonchi said earlier, yeah, the shooter adhered to trans ideology, had a trans furry boyfriend. His family said he was left-wing. He wrote anti-fascist stuff on the ammo, and he accused the prominent right-winger he murdered of hatred, but his motive remains a mystery.
Flounder, let's play cut number two. Once again, this Caitlin Collins can't stop there. Once again, blaming Republicans for the division in the country these days, not the left.
How can you argue that it's, I think the argument that people have been talking about recently is what's going on with the Charlie Kirk case. I think people have raised that because there have been other acts of political violence as well when it comes to targeting Democrats. I mean, we've seen that with a lawmaker who was killed in Minnesota this summer alongside her husband. We've seen it with the break-in at Nancy Pelosi.
But the assassin
We've also
there
seen
was
it with Justice Brett Kavanaugh
the
and
assassin
others.
Hold on a second. If you're going to say facts, you need to get your facts right. The assassin there was not a right-wing assassin acting on a political motive. The assassin there was someone who had been an appointee of Tim Walz, and he was a deranged lunatic.
Yeah, I mean, these people can't stop. I guess they don't watch themselves on the news or something. And speaking of not being able to stop, that ABC reporter Matt Gutman, who yesterday was getting all excited and rubbing his nipples when he was talking about how much the love was between the killer and his furry boyfriend, dressed like a woodchuck to turn him on or whatever it is, and he was just gushing over how much there's love shown with this assassin and his boy lover. Well, he's now, a headline here says, ABC reporter apologizes for gushy remarks about Kirk shooters touching messages and so forth. Here's what the actual comment was. Yesterday, I tried to underscore the jarring contrast between this cold-blooded assassination of Charlie Kirk and the man who dedicated his life to public dialogue. I deeply regret that my words did not make that clear. He regrets that you misunderstood what he was saying. He never apologized. He's not sorry. He's not sorry at all. Flounder, we got one more Flounder's Funny and just enough time to get it in if we can hit it right here before we go.
I've been doing comedy
That's what she said.
Pretty much my whole adult life. I did have one day job out of college. I worked for 6 months at a day program, which is basically a daycare for adults with severe mental and physical disabilities. And, I really have had so much help in my life. So my thought was like, let me go back in the world and give some of that back. And I worked there for 6 months, and that is because I couldn't take anymore. And now let's just be clear about this situation. It had nothing to do with the people that came in for the services. The problem is every morning they would come into the facility on the short bus. And I gotta tell you, there was nothing that I could do to convince the driver that I worked there.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. Oh, man.
I go, all right, man, thanks. I got it from here. Okay, buddy.
And
that's Josh Blue, the guy with cerebral palsy.
He has cerebral palsy.
Very funny guy to check out.
Yeah. All right, Kimmer Feed Flounder. Boys, have a great one tomorrow. We'll have Shannon Burke joining us at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb and Herb. Stand by.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. Extra 106.3.
with the Braves, but a 2.31 ERA in those 7 games, 11 2/3 innings.